Welcome back to the Exponential. My name is RSquared, and welcome to the newest week of NFL football. It's Sunday Night Football live from Seattle, Washington, as we get set to watch the Seattle Seahawks take on the Green Bay Packers. It is gonna be an interesting one, folks. You see, I came into the week with a mindset. I was thinking, all right, Seattle's a really good team. They can really push Green Bay to the very limit here. It's almost to the point where I might have been thinking that maybe Seattle stood a real chance at pulling off an upset, which is exactly why we're going to take a look at some facts, and then I'm going to give my prediction for this game because, this one's going to be a tight one. I'm predicting it now. It's going to be within one score no matter what. Here we go. The Seahawks are a scary team to play. They play tougher than any other team in the league this year. They've been winning games without any right to win those games. They've been winning games without their star player. They've been Kenneth Walker's their star player, in my opinion. He's been doing fantastic. They're on a 4-game win streak. They are red hot. Their defense is warming up like a furnace. They are just not slowing down over in Seattle. They've just been rolling with the tide. They've been on fire. There has been no stopping them. Meanwhile, Green Bay has hit a bit of a roadblock last week in a 3-point loss to their division rivals, the Detroit Lions, which kind of put them a bit out of the running for the NFC North title with the likes of Minnesota and Detroit up there. They've dropped both games to Detroit. They've dropped their first game to Minnesota. Things just aren't looking good divisional-wise for the Packers. But on these far West Coast trips, well, you see, it's very simple. The Packers haven't played one yet. Wait, have they? They went to LA, didn't they? They went to LA. They won by 5 points. I'm pretty sure I remember that. They went to LA. They won by 5 points. It wasn't a particularly flashy win, but that was their first West Coast experience. So let's take a look at some of our injury designations coming into this one, because this is a big game for injuries. Green Bay's coming into this one without tight end Luke Musgrave. Yet again, he's on injured reserve. They're also without secondary members Javon Bullard and Jair Alexander. Those are some pretty big members of that Packers secondary that they might be missing against the likes of DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. Don't forget to vote in the poll. You can find DK Metcalf in the 25 to 27 category and Tyler Lockett in the 27 and the older than 27 category. They're also the Packers are also missing center Jacob Monk and wide receiver Malik Heath for this one. But in my opinion, the team that got hit the worst, the Seattle Seahawks. Of course, they're going to be without their emergency backup quarterback, Jaron Hall. They're without linebacker Travis Gibson, tight end Brady Russell, wide receiver Cody White, cornerback Artie Burns. But here's the big one. They're without running back Kenneth Walker III. So looking at these facts, it's time for an incredibly educated pick. I look at this game, and I think the atmosphere at Lumen Field. It's Sunday Night Football, folks. It's Sunday Night Football with the 12th man watching in a fantastic game that could be a part of the playoffs at some point. This very well could be a rematch, a later match in the playoffs. So we see right over here. Let's go take a look at our friends, the Seattle Seahawks, right up here. The Seattle Seahawks, they are the clear favorites to win this game, aren't they? I mean, home crowd, they have all the momentum on their side. However, the Seattle Seahawks are doing something a little special today, in my opinion. That, well, it changes my opinion slightly. Because not a single team in the NFL should ever wear highlighter yellow. It is a crime against the NFL to wear that color. So ladies and gentlemen, prepare for your eyes to be assaulted by these horrendous, awful uniforms. And second of all, one of the main reasons I chose this game to commentate on is because I love Kenneth Walker. He has single-handedly won me many a fantasy game, but not this week. There's no Seattle coming in here because it doesn't matter. It might be a whiteout for Green Bay. They might be on the tough road game here at the 12th man, but it doesn't matter. I'm taking the Packers right here. I know a little bit of traumatic memories because it's Devontae Adams, but give me the Packers. I'm taking the Packers by 7 in this one. Give me the Green Bay Packers by a touchdown. Jordan Love, 3 touchdown passes. That's the bold prediction of the day. I'm taking the Packers over the Seahawks. There is no way they're losing this. I mean, I don't think I've seen Seattle win wearing those awful, awful color combinations. I mean, an embarrassment to society. No one should have to watch that. I don't want to watch it. If I had known they were wearing highlighter green, I would have quit on this game a long time ago, and I would have gone to Thursday Night Football, or probably tomorrow, and watch Falcons Raiders, because that would be better than watching the Seahawks in highlighter green. I am 100% a Packers fan today. I was considering wearing highlighter green shirt or a dark blue shirt, but no, I chose green because I'm rooting for the Packers. There's no way the Seahawks are going to win this one. They got no Kenneth Walker. Their defense might play tough, but not tough enough. I'm taking Green Bay. Whew. Sunday Night Football. All right, we're about ready for kickoff. It's 8:21 Eastern time. Got to do quick math there. In Seattle, Washington, Lumen Field. Oh man, what did Lumen Field used to be called? I remember I was so upset when they changed the name to Lumen Field. I'm like, I will never forget you. Here I am, like 4 years later. I've already forgotten what the name of the stadium used to be. I'm not getting over the fact that they changed the name of the dog pound to Huntington Bank. Huntington Bank? That a different problem. A complete different day as well. We're here for Seattle football. Mike Macdonald, the youngest head coach in the NFL at 37 years of age. This guy's he's a stud. I mean, I got to be honest with you. They found quite the head coach there. He's coming from a successful squad. He's coming in here into Seattle. Ugh. Sorry, they're showing the highlighted green uniforms. If I ever just gag randomly during this, it's because I'm looking right at Seattle. They're so bad. I'm not traditionally a fan of the all-white uniforms, but in this particular scenario, I'm giving Green Bay the upper hand on the uniform matchup here, just because the only way to describe Seattle's uniforms are it's assaulting on the eyes. I mean, I like highlighter green in general. I just don't think that it works when it's like all green. I don't like that. The whole like everything green. I don't know. They raised the flag. That's right. I'm like, I don't know that much about the 12th man. First time commentating on a Seahawks game this season. They haven't even been on primetime all that much this year. Their few primetime appearances, I believe, are against the Rams and then against the 49ers, I believe, also. And the flag is raised at Lumen Field. Right. I thought that was the Space Needle. I was wrong. I don't know that much about Seattle, guys. I've never been to Washington. And Joe Ryan, the former Seattle Seahawks punter, is trying to get everyone hyped up. No, I mean, like, I don't mind highlighted green. It just the navy looks so much better. Like, why would you ever wear, like, why would you choose to wear that? That's like my thing. Why would you choose to wear just such an assaulting color? I mean, Green Bay blends right in. We're underway here on Sunday Night Football. A nice return from Keyshawn Nixon gets him out past the 35-yard line to the 37. So out comes Jordan Love. Their offense headlined by running back Josh Jacobs, touchdowns in each of the last 4 games. Christian Watson at wide receiver along with Romeo Doubs, another veteran there, Jaden Reed, a young guy. Tucker Kraft, fan favorite here in Green Bay. Left tackle Rasheed Walker, left guard Elton Jenkins, center Josh Myers, right guard Sean Rion, and right tackle Zach Tom. Yeah, you got to commit to the color combination. If you're going to go green, you got to go green. Like Green Bay, all white. I mean, it's kind of clean. It's just a clean uniform. And it's going to be a nice little dump off to Josh Jacobs. He'll get bumped by his own player and he'll only get about 2.5 yards, maybe 3 on the play. looks like it kind of went wrong from the get-go there. Jordan Love this year, he's got 63% completion percentage, 248 yards per game, 21 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions with a 96.4 quarterback rating. But none of those 11 interceptions have happened in the last 3 games. Jordan Love's been picture perfect come cold time, which is exactly when the Packers start to get a little warmer. I mean, they put on impressive shows against the 49ers and Dolphins, and they did put on quite the fight against Detroit on Thursday night. Jordan Love gets absolutely nailed. There has to be a flag for that. And Josh Jacobs, meanwhile, takes off for 15 yards on a screen. But Jordan Love got unnecessarily whacked at the end of that one. That's going to be 15 yards added to the end of the play there. Here's Clete Blakeman, our official for the game, 15th season. Yeah, I mean, like severe roughing the passer. It wasn't even close. He came in on a nice blitz there. He had plenty of time, and he just shoves him right in the back of the head, right down into the turf. I mean, that's easy call there. Combined 4 interceptions. Bold. It's a bold call. We'll see. I feel like Geno Smith's going to throw at least one. Jordan Love's. I think it's probably like 1-1. 4 seems like an excessive amount. I mean, Xavier McKinney, that's my prediction. He's the one who's getting the pick for Green Bay tonight. 1st and 10, Jordan Love under center. Already deep inside Seattle territory at the 31. A little bit of pre-snap motion there. The handoff goes to Jacobs. He'll get about 3 yards. Josh Jacobs has found, the Seattle defensive end Leonard Williams, nose tackle Byron Murphy the second, defensive end Jerron Reed, linebacker Dramont Jones, Ernest Jones the fourth, Tyrese Knight the rookie, linebacker Boye Mafe, cornerback Devon Witherspoon, safety Kobe Bryant, safety Julian Love, and cornerback Reek Woolen. Highlights this young squad of the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, it's a young defense, but they have the 3rd fewest points allowed per game this year, or at least over the last stretch. I wasn't exactly sure what that said there. They got to make him go a little bit faster. Our play callers on this one, calling the defense for Seattle, Mike McDonald, calling the offense, the famous Matt LaFleur, one of the most, I consider him a top 10 head coach in the league. Mike McDonald's kind of moving his way up there as well. With the work he's done with this defense, it'll go handoff to Josh Jacobs to get about 7 or 8 on the play, bring up 1st down, which will take him to the Seattle 18 and inside the red zone. It was just a simple draw, and Josh Jacobs breaks the tackle from Leonard Williams, gets about 7 there. Oh, man. Highlighter green. I can't. I mean, especially since the white looks really clean. Like, I'm actually surprised. I haven't seen this before. Like, these uniforms with the helmet's actually not bad. I was expecting, like, when I hear, like, whiteout, I'm like, oh, fine, whiteout. But they're actually not awful. Love under center. He'll shovel it to Josh Jacobs, who makes a nice cut. He'll get about 8 yards, maybe more, depending on the spot. Bringing up 2nd and short. And the Packers are putting together a nice start to this one. So, as touted as Seattle's defense is, Green Bay is putting together something special here. It's been a nice drive. It's kind of been very simple. That unnecessary roughness penalty quickly put Seattle in a bit of danger. And now they're at the Seattle 10-yard line or 11-yard line. And we'll see where they spot it. They're at the 11-yard line. Josh Jacobs has the 87 touches in the first quarter through week 14. That's the most out of any running back in a quarter. 2nd and 2. Love handoff to Jacobs. He gets a nice little gain of about 4, which will give him a 1st down, and will bring up 1st and goal to go. 11:18 to go here in the first quarter. The Packers, so far, moving pretty constantly. They're getting chunk by chunk at a time. It's very consistent. It's exactly how you win tight games like this. Seattle's not an easy team to beat, especially not when you try to grind a win out. It's not easy to do against the Seattle squad, but so far Green Bay is doing everything they need to do right. 1st and goal. Here's Jordan Love. All right, wait, this is the chance for the touchdown here. So it's looking like it might be Christian Watson, Josh Jacobs, Jalen Reed perhaps, and it's a handoff to Josh Jacobs. Get about 2 yards. Yeah, I'll make sure to make another poll every quarter or something. Just for fun. Just for fun it gives us stuff to do during the intermissions. So far we have most of the votes, 67%, have voted for the age range of 25 to 27, going more veteran, not quite as young. So perhaps aiming towards Christian Watson or Josh Jacobs. We'll see. If it's like some random person, I'm going to have to Google it, but you understand. Second and goal, because those are just the immediate ones I thought of when I thought Packers and Seahawks. It's play action. Love rolls to his left. He'll take it himself, and he'll come just a yard short. Oh, I thought Jordan Love was about to get it on the touchdown and ruin like everything. I'm like, what? No, you can't run for a touchdown. Third and goal from the 1. I mean, it was a good little naked bootleg there. It was play action towards Emmanuel Wilson, and he thinks he has it himself. He just doesn't want to take an unnecessary shot. He did a good job. It's a smart play by Love, not taking the unnecessary shot from Ernest Jones. Third and goal from the 1. Josh Jacobs. I can already hear him getting the call here. Hand off to Jacobs. Up the middle. Touchdown, Packers. Green Bay strikes first. And that ends the poll. The answer, 25-27. Josh Jacobs is the winner there. So Josh Jacobs, you guys actually got it correct. 2/3 of you at least. And Josh Jacobs just right up the middle. He just power runs his way through. So Josh Jacobs already has 5 touchdowns in five games. Yeah, that's right. So like, wait, is that stat right? Yes, it is. 9:19 to go here in the first quarter. The extra point is right down the middle. 7-0. Beautiful drive from the Green Bay Packers, headlined by number 8, Josh Jacobs. He basically carried this drive. I'm happy with that. He's on my fantasy team. Green Bay strikes first. Matt LaFleur feeling it on the sideline. Or at least, I think that's what he's doing. Him and his good job. I think he was feeling it. I think he was feeling it. Not completely certain, but all right. I just have to point out my extreme success in fantasy this week. I have officially capped 200 fantasy points. As of that Josh Jacobs touchdown, I'm extremely proud. I made a couple of really good decisions. I mean, me and the person I was playing, we had a shootout. Absolutely insane. His quarterback, Josh Allen. My quarterback, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, 50 fantasy points. Josh Allen, 46 fantasy points. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 33 fantasy points. He's on my team. He had Jamar Chase, who got him 15, which is respectable on its own. I had Nico Collins, who only caught 5 passes, but ended up with 15 fantasy points. I had Kyron Williams as well, but I love Kyron Williams, so I'm okay if he didn't have a great game. He had Saquon Barkley for the first time, did absolutely nothing, only got 8 fantasy points. That was close. Then I got Josh Jacobs in this one. He's got Devon Achane. Devon Achane underperformed, 12 fantasy points. Looks like I'm already taking the win on that matchup. He had Sam Laporta coming in at tight end. He had a 14 fantasy point game, which is a little bit above expected, if I'm being honest. I still have Brock Bowers that's waiting to play. But here's the big one. My biggest pick of the week. I decided to bench Tyreek Hill this week, which a lot of people I'm sure would think, oh, what's he doing? Fastest player. Don't bench him. I'm a Dolphins fan. You can't bench your own best wide receiver. I said, watch me. I picked up Mike Evans. 35 fantasy points. I mean, his guy Alvin Kamara, solid 16. But 35? I'll take it any day. Then kicker's irrelevant. I took the Baltimore defense. His defense did way better than mine. He had the Denver defense, which, if you don't know, completely creamed Indianapolis with their many a turnover. But then at the defense position, although TJ Watt may have twisted his ankle a little bit, he still managed to rack up those fantasy points. 15. I mean, the Mike Evans move, get out of here. I mean, he made some interesting moves himself because he has Devonta Smith sitting on his bench. But we're not going to question that because he still has Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase on the same team, which is criminal. And Saquon Barkley and Josh Allen, but, whatever. And out comes the Seattle offense. Geno Smith, Zach Charbonnet at running back, wide receivers DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith-Njigba as the third kind of breakout wide receiver, tight end Noah Fant, left tackle Charles Cross, left guard Laken Tomlinson, center Olu Olawatimi, right guard Satoa Lamawi, right tackle Abraham Lucas. Wow, those are hard. First and 10. Coming up for the Seahawks, Charbonnet's in the backfield, Metcalf's in motion early. Expect a draw here, and they'll go play action, actually. And Geno Smith will throw off his back foot and completes the pass to DK Metcalf. Nice little throw there, across the shoulder, off his back foot. And DK Metcalf makes a nice little catch coming back to the ball. So that's an instant first down for Seattle. I am an amazing fantasy footballer. 3-time league champion. Hand off to Zach Charbonnet. And that'll go for 1 yard. Maybe that's why they didn't run the ball that first time. That is shut down early. Geno Smith this year through week 14. He's got a 70% completion percentage, 267 yards per game, 14 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and 90.4 quarterback ratings. 267 yards per game is third in the NFL. So is the 12 interceptions. His turnovers have been a bit of an issue, but he throws a lot of yards. He's been a pretty consistent quarterback as far as throwing interceptions goes. I mean, he scores points. He gets the yards on the board. It's just the turnovers that have been a big issue. If he can eliminate that, Seattle might be on their way to a deep playoff run. Geno Smith looks over the middle. He's got Noah Fant. Noah Fant, 6 yards. That'll bring up third. No, it was maybe 5 yards, 3rd and 4. So 3rd down coming up. The Packers fans traveled fairly well, trying to get away from their frigid weather in Green Bay to come over to the Pacific Northwest to take a nice little vacation in Seattle, where I'm sure it's not a whole lot warmer, but it's the Pacific Northwest. 3rd and 4 coming up for Seattle. Packers showing pressure. They're showing big pressure. They were only rush 4, and they get to him anyway. And the disguised blitz, it was just a 4-man rush, but they get home and bring up 4th down as Mike McDonald is a little bit surprised on the sideline by that. So the Packers get him off the field early. It was Edgerrin Cooper, I believe, is his name there. And he just had a nice little move, and then it was up one-on-one between him and Charbonnet. And he just slipped right in between Charbonnet and the interior guard there. Great job by Edgerrin Cooper getting the Seahawks offense off the field. This is crazy. This is the potential for the Packers to go up 14-0. Only in the first quarter, 14-0 start here. It's possible. Fair caught at the 20-yard line by Jaden Reed, where the Packers will start their next drive. Here on Sunday Night Football, Edgerrin Cooper stepping up the game for the Packers defense, who's been significantly better than last year under new defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley. Raise your hand if you didn't like last year's Packers defensive coordinator, who I forgot his name because he was that bad. He was that bad. 49-0 at halftime. I might just call it quits if that's the score at halftime. If that's the score at halftime, I might just go, yeah, the game's kind of over. All right. Oh, wait. Here we go. I'm making a poll. Don't worry. I'll continue commentating as soon as the game returns. Until then, I'm going to keep typing this. All right, here we go. I can type. One score game, famous last words. Typing's not hard. And then, It's not a good time to start losing. Minnesota's knocking at their doorstep. So is Philadelphia. They got a lot of stuff coming for them. I'm trying to figure out who else had a really destructive game in fantasy other than the ones that I mentioned. Oh, where's what's his name? Yeah, right. We'll throw that in there. All right, here we go. I think this is a pretty fair one. I think that's solid. My name is Kyle. My name is Kyle, right, Pepper? So there's the poll there. Who did you lose to or win with in fantasy football? My answer is I won with Lamar Jackson, and I most certainly did not lose to Josh Allen. And a screen to Josh Jacobs gets a little more than it should. Josh Jacobs just shoving people aside as he gets to the 40-yard line. A screen just rolls through like the entire Seahawks defense. Look at Josh Jacobs. A little move there at the end there made it seem like he was a WWE wrestler. He puts the moves on Uchenna and Nwosu and then just says, "Get off me." Who did he just flatten? I want to know who he flattened there. Number 43. Wow. He said, "Get off." 1st and 10. Kraft in motion. Love looks that way, then changes his mind, throws to Jaden Reed for a gain of 9 to get him just about to midfield. 2nd and 1 coming up. James Conner got me 30 points. Did he have a good game? I know the Cardinals are playing the Patriots. Anyone can have a good game against the Patriots. 30, yes. 110 yards, 2 touchdowns. Impressive. I already made the poll. So 2nd and 1, handoff to Emmanuel Wilson. He'll be, I'm not sure if he got that. I think that's 3rd and short. They might give him a generous spot here. I use Yahoo just because it was what I was first introduced to was Yahoo. I use Yahoo Fantasy. So the Packers have 7 first downs in this one. The Seahawks only have 1. 4:50 to go here in the first quarter. Matt LaFleur directing his offense. Play clock at 3. Jordan Love trying to get the snap off under center. He'll get it off. It'll be a shovel. It'll be blown dead. We'll see what the call was here or if it was a timeout by Matt LaFleur. It was first timeout charged to the Packers. Never fantasy football on the basketball. Wow, lucky. It's crazy. Lamar Jackson against Josh Allen. Hey, Lamar had the better game. Somehow. Unlike last week when I knew the person. Person that I'm playing this week, last week, had the Josh Allen historic game. Like, absolutely destroyed his opponent. His opponent didn't even have a bad game. His opponent's like, I had solid numbers. 1st and 10, Love under center, Kraft in motion. Play clock's at 5, Reed in motion. And it'll be a handoff just to Josh Jacobs, who breaks 1 tackle. He slips through to the 30-yard line. Good tackle made by Kobe Bryant. But Josh Jacobs is finding some holes right now in this defense. Josh Allen's win against the Lions. He's a great quarterback. He's probably he deserves to win MVP. As a Dolphins fan, whatever. I'm done. I'm out of this year. I'm an impartial party. I'm kind of struggling to decide who I should root for come the playoff times. A lot of people have been saying Philadelphia, but I think I'm going to need some merch first. 1st and 10, handoff to Jaden Reed out of the backfield. Reed trying to show off some of that impressive speed. He gets a nice little corner, gets about 8 yards. James about to get a fan. I'm 300. I want to hit 300 fantasy points. That's the real goal. I said it was 200, but with Josh Jacobs here, 300. Salty as a Dolphins fan. I mean, I'm generally impartial. So Josh Allen's a fantastic quarterback who really knows how to beat the Dolphins. He deserves to win MVP. They deserve to win the division this year. I mean, I would not be upset if it were the Bills in the Super Bowl. 2nd and 1, handoff goes to whoever that is. Brooks. Chris Brooks. I know him. Former Dolphin Chris Brooks. Yeah. That didn't go so well. 1st and 10. Thoughts on the KC record? I think they've gotten incredibly lucky. I think if they continue to play the way they've been playing, they're not gonna progress very much into the playoffs. If they encounter a team like Baltimore or Buffalo, then they might struggle. Jaden Reed gets upended by, I believe that's no idea. Job on the play gets only 2 yards. It will be 2nd and 8 from the Seattle 13. So Green Bay, as I said, they have a chance to go up double digits on 2 drives. And Seattle's only touched the ball for like 5 seconds this entire game. This is quality game control so far by Green Bay. 2nd and 8. Jaden Reed in motion out of the backfield. Love looks up the middle. He darts one in there, and it's a touchdown. Oh, my goodness, the effort. Romeo Doubs just trucks his way into the end zone for another Packers score. And that'll bring it to 13-0 pending the extra point. I mean, it was a laser by Jordan Love, but just the effort by Romeo Doubs in there. He's in between 1, 2, and he just powers his way through Love and Reek Woolen, who are 2 highly respected secondary members of the Seahawks team, and he just goes through them. Phenomenal effort there, and the extra point's good. 14-0. The Green Bay Packers have controlled this game. 10 minutes have belonged to the Packers. 2 have belonged to the Seahawks. Packers have outgained them 128-12. They have 10 first downs compared to 1. And the Green Bay Packers lead by 14. I mean, I would kind of look forward to watching the Packers and the Vikings play in the playoffs. I think that would be really interesting. If like a ton of upsets happen, the 4-5, like the 5, 6, and 7 all win. Then we get to see Detroit play the 7, and then we get that Green Bay Minnesota matchup. I mean, that would be a thrilling game. Very solid. They might struggle versus the Ravens, but it's a different Ravens. It really is. In week 1, the Ravens were still finding their way in their new offense, but since then they found their identity. They've really played really well just by abusing the run game. Philadelphia stopped them somehow, but I don't even know what happened in that game. I wasn't really paying attention to it that week. I don't know how they did it, but since then it's just been otherwise. What is this? Get really weird commercials. But the Ravens in general, I mean, they've stepped up their game to a different level since they played Kansas City. I would say if they played Kansas City now, it's a Baltimore win by double digits. Hold the Ravens to 13. Bills would be. I think the Bills would probably. I mean, the thing is that the Bills collapse in the playoffs against Kansas City, which is why they're kind of hoping that somebody else can do it for them. I know a Bills fan. They're like, we don't want to play the Chiefs in the playoffs again. They're like shivering. I don't know who that is, so I would not collab with them. I'm not sure who it is. Do you think the Lions can keep the 1 seed with the schedule ahead of them. It's possible. I don't think so. So this is probably unpopular, but I think Philadelphia might actually own the 1 spot. I think they own it. If they beat Washington this weekend, the 1 seed's theirs. Like, just without a doubt, the 1 seed's theirs if they beat Washington next week. Because Detroit, they're gonna drop one of them. They have the Vikings. The Vikings are going to be playing for the division there. That's going to be a tough one to win. So even if the Vikings win that, Philadelphia, I don't see Philadelphia losing another game this year. 15-2. The return from no, that's not D. Eskridge. It is D. Eskridge. And that'll get him out. No, that's Darden. Who's that? Packers defense, Kingsley and Agarbear, right? Defensive end, Rashawn Gary. Linebackers, Isaiah McDuffie, Quay Walker, Edgar and Cooper. We called his name a few times earlier. Cornerback, Carrington Valentine. Safety, Xavier McKinney, Evan Williams, and cornerback, Keeson Nixon. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. It's Njigba in motion. Smith will look to pass. Down by 14. He'll try and dart one in there to DK Metcalf, who will get the completion. It'll move him up about 6 or 7 yards. Let me have a Valentine and a Valentine. It's your favorite holiday. It's too bad it's in February. I'm sorry. That was a bad joke about Packers Super Bowl aspirations. 2nd and 3. I actually don't even know when Valentine's Day is. I should probably know this. Tyler Lockett in motion. Smith under center, handoff to Charbonnet. Charbonnet gets a nice little broken tackle there. Gets about 7 or 8. First down. See what the penalty is. It'll be holding on Seattle. That was against Oluwatimi. Yeah, our referee for today is Cleet Blakeman. I'm like, who's that? Who do you think will be MVP? I feel like it's got to be Josh Allen, like begrudgingly, but he really just has been on a different level this year. He's really accelerated his game. I think he deserves it. And I think it's about time. 2nd and 13, Geno Smith. Expect a pass here on 2nd and long. Play clock at 5. 4, he'll get the snap off. Geno Smith looks to his left. He'll throw deep. He's got Njigba. Jackson Smith-Njigba tackled from behind just across midfield, which the Seahawks don't have to take another snap here before the end of the first quarter. It looks like they're trying to go hurry up. That was a really nicely ran route there by Jackson Smith-Njigba. Just goes through the zone. Really nicely executed route running there. And they will run one more play, handoff to Charbonnet. Charbonnet's got a nice little hole, gets about 15 and a little more. And they'll be at about the 32-yard line when we exit the intermission. This is the end of the first quarter. The Packers lead 14-0. We still got a ways to go here at Lumen Field, but Josh Jacobs and Romeo Doubs are not taking their foot off the pedal here in Seattle. And Njigba has been very much better than Metcalf this year in particular, which, I mean, kind of surprising. But, I mean, he has promise. This would be a cool thing. The backup quarterback commercials. And it's like that would be kind of cool. Just get, like, the best backup quarterback. Be like, come here. By the way, so happy Skylar Thompson's gone. So happy. So happy. No idea how happy I am. I mean, that's like the one upside of this sad year. The one singular upside. It's been so sad, but Skylar Thompson's gone, so everything's fine. My lineup for fantasy includes the magnificence that is Lamar Jackson. Amon-Ra St. Brown. I managed to snag Nico Collins. I got Kyron Williams in the draft, Josh Jacobs in the draft. I kind of focused running back heavy, and I managed to pick up Nico Collins later on. And Lamar Jackson I drafted pretty early. Let's say I think I got him in the 6th round. I got Mike Evans in free agency somehow. Someone dropped him, wasn't happy with when he got injured. Someone dropped him, so I picked him up. And he's gotten me pretty good numbers since then. I also currently have the Baltimore defense, but I cycle like every week. Let's see, am I keeping them this next week? Who are we playing? Pittsburgh. Nah, we're looking somewhere else. Just in case, too risky. And then at the defense position, I got TJ Watt and Caden Ellis for some reason. Then on the bench, I got some stars in there too. Got Jaden Reed, Jonathan Taylor, Cortland Sutton, some of the lower guys. I mean, overall, pretty stacked lineup. I got a nice draft. I had a nice position. It's very nice. Yeah, Baltimore's defense got me 20. I don't think I had anyone that had the Chiefs defense. No, I don't think anyone picked up the Chiefs defense. That's wild. Thought someone did for sure rest. I think they might have been scared about the Jerry Jeudy, Jameis Winston combo, which, I mean, understandable. 1st and 10, Geno Smith. I looked up just in time. Geno Smith looks to his right. He'll hit Njigba out of the backfield, and Njigba gets a nice little pickup of 9 on the play. So on the first play, the Seahawks are driving themselves down close into the red zone. They are currently at the I want to say they're at the just above the 20-ish, 24. They're not showing it. They're not showing it now, of course. 23. I was pretty close. 2nd and 1. Tyler Lockett goes in motion. Handoff to Charbonnet, who's blown up in the backfield. He's going nowhere. Wrapped up by Enagbare. I don't think they started yet. I mean, they might have. No, I think mine start next week. I honestly don't know how to check. But I'm 2nd in the league. I'll take that, so. Yeah. 2nd in the league. So I don't know about how the playoffs are going. I can't tell if they've started yet. Yahoo is weird. 3rd and 2. Geno Smith drops back to pass under pressure, and he'll be taken down. Geno Smith sacked for the 2nd time today, and the Seahawks will find themselves yet again without 6 points. And that was a sack by Rashawn Gary. Oh, Green Bay loves Rashawn Gary. He just comes in like a cannon on the edge there. A little bit of fancy footwork and just very strong there, pushing back Abraham Lucas. And then just a nice quick move, trapping him on the inside. Rashawn Gary, fan favorite of the Packers for a long, long time. 48-yard field goal attempt from Michael Dickerson. The kick is up, and it is right down the middle, 14-3. Seahawks are on the board, but that's not what they were looking for because the Packers are looking fierce. I mean, I'm not sure how much longer Seattle can keep up with this one. At this rate, if Green Bay goes up 21-3, it's looking hard to come back from if you're Seattle. So we've seen a lot more people lose to Josh Allen than they have to Lamar Jackson, which is, disappointing. Or win/lose, too. Lamar Jackson's amazing. I mean, don't get me wrong, that game against LA last week was insane for Josh Allen. But Lamar went off this week. He deserved it, too. He deserved the win over Josh Allen. 50-46. Firecar, what's up, man? We've had all 3 of you here at one time. Well, not at the same time, but at different times. You've reunited at last. So far it's been pretty lopsided in Green Bay's favor. 128 yards for Green Bay, which is just over double the amount of yards that Seattle has. Purdy for 1 lead. Brock Purdy for you. Ladies and gentlemen, Brock Purdy. No, I've never been a fan of Purdy. I think as soon as he leaves San Francisco, he's gonna struggle. Shanahan runs a quarterback-friendly offense. He runs the friendliest quarterback offense ever. I'm confused now. I was talking about Brock Purdy. Yeah, I don't. Explain. What? Anyway, look at this week's games of the week have been shocking, to say the least. The closest games have been a bit surprising. Some of the notable things. Oh, wait, they're doing a montage. The rushing leaders through week 14, Saquon Barkley leads the way, then Derrick Henry, and then Josh Jacobs. 81 rush yards per game. He's the most for a Packer since 2003. Amon Green. I don't know who that is. Last 5 games, 9 rushing touchdowns. Second most by a Packers player in a 5-game span. Josh Jacobs is on fire. Saints did lose. Yes. Saints did lose. That was going to be on the recap. We'll get there on the next commercial break. We got plenty of commercial breaks. And this will be returnable from the Packers and a hurdle over 4 people. And unnecessary, but 2 yards is 2 yards. They're currently taking a look at Chris Collinsworth and Mike Tirico. Can I just say, get them out of here. You guys just come on over here, mute them. You can look at them, but mute them. You watch your TV, mute them. Just listen to my voice. You don't need to hear Chris Collinsworth or Mike Tirico, right? Super Bowl prediction. Lions-Bills it could be a very thrilling Super Bowl. We saw a pretty thrilling one here. And if the Lions get off to a faster start than they did today, it's going to be really competitive. Jordan Love, play action. Jordan Love, as he's falling, gets it off to Tucker Kraft, who gets about 7 or 8 on the play. Nice little improvisation by Jordan Love while falling down, making that tough throw. So I think the most likely one is probably Bills-Lions. The one that I would like the most, as far as just entertainment, would probably be any combination that is Eagles or Ravens, probably just because they're interesting. I think they're an interesting story. 2nd and 2, Jordan Love handoff to Josh Jacobs. He'll get about 1 yard. He won't get the first down. 3rd and short coming up for the Packers. I would be incredibly disappointed. Yay for Kansas City. I rooted for them for 2 years, back when everyone was trying to get rid of the Patriots. And now that the Chiefs are here, it's they're a good team. All due respect to them, but please make football interesting. Make playoff football interesting by having someone else there. Quick little screen to Dontavian Wicks. He'll get the first down on a gain of 2. That's my problem, is that the NFL gets a lot less entertaining when the Chiefs win every single game, every single year, and then they win the Super Bowl. It's kind of like with the Patriots. Football was kind of unentertaining, especially for me. For a while there, it was Patriots won again. Patriots won again. When the Eagles won the Super Bowl with Nick Foles, greatest thing that ever happened. But I don't hate the Chiefs. They're a good team. All due respect to them. But leave some room for the excitement, for the underdog story. Jordan Love loads up deep. He's got him, Christian Watson. What a throw by Jordan Love. He sends it right up into the lights here at Lumen Field and drops it right into the bucket of Christian Watson. What a throw and what a catch. Toe-tapping catch by Christian Watson. And Green Bay's in business at the 24-yard line of Seattle. Love under center. Handoff, Josh Jacobs. He'll get 1 yard, no more. Seattle's trying to stuff their run as best they can. I remember, I don't. You see, Varga, I don't remember what it's like to be a fan of a good team. I think people are glazing over the stats saying I mean, I'll say it after this play. Jordan Love under center. Jaden Reed in motion. It'll be another handoff to Jacobs. Who'll get another yard, maybe 2, depending on the spot. Brings up 3rd and 6 or 7. Watson didn't mess up for once, yeah. I haven't been too impressed with Mahomes. Like I've been watching the Chiefs. The plays have been normal. They haven't been super spectacular like they have been. And now that he's got this injury, no one's quite sure where it's going. Like I think the stats are there. He's played well, but he hasn't played at the level that he has the last few years, which is why I'm a little bit skeptical to see the Chiefs win the Super Bowl again, because I'm not even sure they're the team that deserves it the most. They might get lucky, but they definitely don't deserve it as much as Detroit has. Jordan Love throws to the end zone. He actually had Romeo Doubs, but Doubs couldn't track down the football. 4th and 6. So the Packers aren't able to cash into the end zone on this one. He had Doubs. He just missed him, and Doubs couldn't track down the football. It was a wobbly pass, but still should have been able to get that. Rams' chances, they're my sleeper pick. Comes down to Kyren Williams. And the performance, like, ultimately, to me, it comes down to Kyren Williams and Matthew Stafford. Like, those are the two guys that if that offense can get back into the shape that they were, because Puka Nacua is going to do Puka Nacua stuff. He's been doing great. Cooper Kupp's a consistent guy, very constant. You're just going to throw the ball to him. He's going to catch it. Thing is, Matthew Stafford's got to stop going. The field goal was good, by the way, 17-3 Green Bay. The Rams, they got Kyren Williams is a great player. Give him the ball more. They got to focus on the run game. I was like, as much as they're in denial that they're a running team, now they're a running team. Like, it's if they can get the passing game going, it's fantastic. But if they don't, then the run game, got to run with that. So I think it does depend on Matthew Stafford, Kyren Williams, and a little bit of help from the defense, because if their defense can't stop Buffalo, then they're going to have issues getting through the playoffs, because they needed to stop them at least once, and it was like every time Buffalo touched the ball, they scored. It was just another shootout. They can't get into those kind of games. Quarterbacks are driving it around. My quarterback can't do anything. The only thing he's done in his career is get concussed. Cummins about to be prime 2.0 this year. Yeah, that's close. What's your sound? Do you like it? You like the setup? You like how it looks? You want it? All Vikings need to do is win out. I wouldn't be. I mean, it's not out of the question. Who's there? Who do they have? They have Chicago tomorrow. That's a win. That's 12-2. They have Seattle next week. Ooh, I mean, those last 3 are tough. Winning out is a little bit difficult there, because they're bound to lose one of them, because it's Seattle, Minnesota, and Detroit. That is not easy. Yeah, sorry about that's not an easy schedule. But yeah, I'm like trying to think of I could see them beating Seattle. Green Bay might be an issue. They are at home for that one, so maybe Minnesota can pull that one out on the home, but on the road, Ford Field, division on the line, that's tight. Setup needs is a cheesehead or a love jersey. So you see, Pepper, if you would wish, you are perfectly allowed to ship the Jordan Love jersey. Or a cheesehead. I mean, the goal is by the end to have every single one, to have every team. Which, I mean, I've already covered an entire division, which you can't tell because you can't see all of them. There's an entire division there. I'm telling you, you got to send me some. I'm trying to get an Eagles fan to send me like a Jalen Hurts jersey or something. Oh, wow. Okay. And Green Bay buries the kick returner there. I did. I called him. It was way back when I was in Atlanta. I was doing a podcast, and I just like, what was your sleeper of the draft? Jordan Love. And they're like, what? I'm going to keep bringing up anytime the Packers play. Jalen Sundle is the rookie free agent signing for Seattle, as their current lineman is appeared injured with a giant Band-Aid on his leg. Geno Smith under center, Lockett in motion. Who's the back? I don't know who that is. Does DJ Dallas still play? I don't know who that is. That's Kenny McIntosh. Ryan Grubb is calling the plays for the Seattle offense in his first year as the coordinator. Kid-sized dude. Sure, man. I'm not going to wear it. It's going on the wall. I mean, I might wear it. And that's an adult medium. I actually have no idea. I'm pretty sure it's an adult medium. Hand off to Charbonnet. Charbonnet tries to make a cut. He'll get about 1.5 yards. Sorry, that was Kenny McIntosh again. Who is this kid? Kenny McIntosh. In his second year out of Georgia. I have no memory of this guy. 3rd and 4. Seahawks offense in week 1 through 9, 38.1 pass attempts per game. Second in the NFL. Weeks 10 through 14, 31. Tied 22nd in the NFL. It's because he kept throwing so many interceptions. 3rd and 4. Geno Smith. Pressure coming at him. Smith gets it out quickly. Flings one in there to Jake Bobo for a first down. That's a lot of X's and L's. I mean, it's fine by me. I mean, it would be like swimming in it. I do have a request. If you're going to get the Packers one, you got to get the classic green. Nothing fancy. I don't need the whiteout or anything. You just got to get the normal home game attire, obviously. Y'all don't know about prime Zach Wilson. Excuse me? 1st and 10. I know all about Zach Wilson throwing interceptions and having the Dolphins beat him. That was a quick throw to Jackson Smith-Njigba, who gets about 5 yards. Geno Smith got hit hard at the end of that one. No flag, though. It was as he released. 2nd down. Seahawks down by 14. A touchdown would really help bring this game more manageable. It was a little bit of a late hit there. It wasn't too bad. It was tight. It could have gone either way. Hand off to Charbonnet. Charbonnet is going to push forward for about 3 yards. Bring up 3rd and short. 3rd and 2, I would say. We're going to go with 3rd and 2. And me trying to eyeball stuff is funny. Yeah, wait. I can eyeball. Yeah, it's 3rd and 2. It's got to be 3rd and 2. Fins up. Although, honestly, not feeling it right now. Geno Smith throws overhead. He misses Charbonnet. A risky throw. Brings up 4th and 2. You go for this. I mean, why not? There's a flag. There's a flag. Who's the flag? Here's the call from a referee who I yet again forgot the name of. He's taking a while. Here we go. Holding defense. And that is a 1st down for Seattle. So Keeson Nixon holds on the 3rd and 2, which gives Seattle a 1st down. Yeah. Okay. Someone needs to get Tyler Lockett into Juilliard. I'm just saying. I mean, it was like he was holding him a little, but not enough for him to affect the route so much that he would have like fallen down like as dramatically as he did. Like, get him into Juilliard for that. Geno Smith lays his one in to Jackson Smith-Njigba to the 30-yard line. 1st down. The Seahawks have life. Refs hate us always have. Sure. Aren't you guys in like the conference championship like 10 years in a row or something? Like Packers, 49ers. What else is new? So Njigba got the first down there. He's got 968 yards on the season, 5 touchdowns and 79 receptions, all of which lead the team. He might cap 1,000 yards today. Jackson Smith-Njigba on the jet sweep. He gets about a yard. Weird call. 2nd and 9. Jordan Love, 9 of 10 for 108 yards and a touchdown. He's been almost perfect. And Geno Smith, he has been perfect. 9 of 9 for 94 yards. We got a couple of quarterbacks that are balling out so far in this one. Yeah, never Super Bowl. Whatever. Do whatever. My hopes are like gone. Next 5 to 10 years, Dolphins are a mediocre team. 2nd and 8, Geno Smith. He'll throw to Noah Fant, who actually makes the catch. I thought he might have been out of bounds there. He might have dropped it, but he caught it. Like their 80th string quarterback. And it's like, okay, we're putting in the backup quarterback. All right. Backup quarterback got hurt. All right, we're putting the backup to the backup quarterback in. Backup quarterback's terrible. Fine, then we're putting in the backup to the backup of the backup quarterback. And that's how we got Jake Heiner to Spencer Rattler. 3rd and 3, Jackson Smith-Njigba in motion from the 23-yard line of Green Bay. Geno Smith looks to pass. He'll run it himself. He gets the first down before sliding. There's a flag. Quay Walker was shaken up at the end of that one. Saints are the best team through week 1 and 2. We'll see what the flag's on. Holding. It's on the defense again. So another holding against Green Bay. It's again on Keyshawn Nixon. Didn't anyone teach you to keep your hands to yourself? I mean, what? Let's see it. Yeah, no, you can't do that. You cannot do that. If your arms are around, so you can't do that. That is not legal. 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. The Packers are shooting themselves in the foot on defense. Pressure coming. It's a dump off to Njigba, who'll get about a yard or 2. Did you get Jameis Winston back? Where's the Vikings? I mean, I back in my day, injury update for Seattle. Oluwati has a leg injury. I don't think he's coming back. I went to a Saints-Bucks game in Tampa a few years back. Quay Walker's still down on the play. As I said, he was shaken up earlier. It looks like they're looking at his leg, but I thought it might have been a head injury because of the hit he took, but we'll see. That'll likely take us to a commercial. Nope. So I watched Jameis Winston in that game. He threw 3 interceptions. He threw 3 touchdowns, but he threw 3 interceptions. And I'm like, that is peak Jameis Winston. They lost because it was Drew Brees. I was watching Drew Brees play against Jameis Winston. Tampa lost, but it was a decent game. The Bucs are the Eagles' kryptonite. I have no idea. Absolute no clue. I haven't watched a whole lot of either. Honestly, I just like the Eagles. I watched more of the Eagles than the Bucs. I think they're solid, but 2nd and 9. Geno Smith drops back to pass. He'll look towards the end zone. It's almost intercepted. Jackson Smith-Njigba has to play defense on Valentine to break that pass up. 3rd and 9 coming up. Can't believe I bought into the Saints after the, yeah. I didn't. I wasn't sold. I'm like, it's Derek Carr. I've been asked this question. What's your problem with Derek Carr? Okay, what's my problem with Derek Carr is that when he stands in the pocket, he's like, I am a statue. Like, move your legs. And then when he finally decides to move his legs, pressure coming from Geno Smith as he tosses one up to the end zone. It's intercepted. It's Valentine. He gets it this time. He wants to return it out, and he'll return it to at least the 10, and he'll get it to about the 14-yard line. Geno Smith has thrown an interception. It's Corey Valentine. I barely had time to look. That was insane. Geno Smith makes an awful decision. There's a little bit of PI on that one. A little bit on the back end of the play. But Geno Smith just makes a bad decision. Throws it right to him. I know Drew Brees, he's a legend. I saw that game. He was great. I mean, it was in his elder years. But even then, they still won that game. I think the score was like 27-23. It was weird. It wasn't like a normal score. It didn't add up very nicely. What's up? Yeah, Valentine. He almost got the first pick on the play just before that. Got broken up by Smith and Jigba. Then on that one, he did get it. And it was intended for Noah Fant, who was double covered. It was just a bad. Yeah. It's not a great decision-making by Geno Smith. UNC running back Omarion Hampton just declared for the draft. He finished second in rushing yards behind Ashton Gianti. Anyone who could be looking for a second-round running back? Anyone? Going once? Going twice? So Jordan Love, 9-10 for 108 and a touchdown. Geno Smith, 11-13 for 100 yards and an interception. I mean, it was going well for Geno Smith, but at this point, Seattle's killing themselves. They're down by 14 here. Seattle's down by 14, and Geno Smith can't be affording to struggle in the red zone. They needed to score the first time, which would have made it 14-7. Then it would have been 17-7. They needed to score there. Then it would be 17-14. It would only be down by 3. This game would be a lot more competitive if they just stop hurting themselves here. That was just a reckless decision by Geno Smith. He should have just thrown it away in the face of pressure. I mean, I know it was 3rd and 2. That was 4-down territory. You needed to get yourselves back in the game, and they've struggled so far in this one. We have someone who got destroyed by Jared Goff, or won with Jared Goff. I just assumed destroyed. Look, be destroyed. 1st and 10. It's Love I don't remember the name of that formation. Handoff goes to Josh Jacobs, who get about 7 yards on a nice little run right up the middle. There is a flag, however, so it's likely coming back. My guess is a holding offense. Refs, they're so predictable. That was on Myers. You see, on this one, the defender was originally on Tyler Lockett, and he just bails off of him at the last minute. It was a really great job by Valentine tracking the ball. It's exactly what he was supposed to do. The what? Hand off to Josh Jacobs up the middle. Get about 4. Is that what it's called? Don't remember. I used to know. In my old age, I forget things. 2:20 to go. Packers going hurry up. And Jordan Love, there's a stoppage. See who called timeout. Who did it? It was Mike McDonald. Didn't like the way that Green Bay was going as fast as they were. I'm like, that. I was going to sound like, that doesn't sound right. I know it has a name. I just don't remember it. Geno Smith has 14 interceptions, tied for the second most in the NFL. Which is why you couldn't say, "Hey Siri, who leads the league in interceptions?" She's not listening. It gave me the wrong side of the football. Kirby Joseph tied with Xavier McKinney. 2nd and 11. Seahawks show heavy pressure. They jumped severely offside. It's a free play. Just toss one up there. He does. And it's caught. He caught it. Tucker Kraft. Oh my goodness. On the free play, Jordan Love delivers a dime in true Green Bay Packer fashion. I mean, remember when this guy and Aaron Rodgers used to team up all the time just on those offside penalties? And Tucker Kraft mosses the entire defense. Penalties declined on the free play. Nothing to lose. And Jordan Love throws up a miracle. And Tucker Kraft says, "It's only a miracle." Nope. Yeah, I got nothing. It's cheese. Jeez, that's it. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe he caught that. I mean, that's a tight end that just jumped up. Like, that is a high jump for a tight end to be going up there against someone who's taller and thinner than him. The 2-minute warning, Green Bay, they are on fire here in the first half. 2 minutes to go. They're up 17-3, and they're driving. Seattle mistakes have outweighed their greats of this game. And Green Bay's not even faced much resistance. Packers up by 14 with a chance to be up by 21 at halftime. That's crazy. I was not expecting that. Okay. Do we like Olive Garden? Not sponsored by Olive Garden, but do we like Olive Garden? Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to ask this question. Do we like Olive Garden? But you have to answer truthfully. Do you actually like Olive Garden, or do you just like the breadsticks? I'll wait for an answer while we recap some of the day's events. Things got kicked off in New Orleans as the Commanders headed to Caesar Superdome to take on the Saints. And in a thrilling last-minute finish, Darren Rizzi makes a questionable call to go for two after they had managed to somehow score a touchdown with zeros on the clock, and they missed the 2-point conversion. Commanders pull away, stay in the competition for the NFC East. The Bengals and the Titans had a bit of a shootout with the Cincinnati coming up 37-27. Their defense needs to get better if they're going to make any sort of run towards a playoff push. The Chiefs, they beat the Browns, but at what cost? Patrick Mahomes has injured his ankle. He's considered week to week. The Cowboys came in as underdogs against the Carolina Panthers. Panthers were the first time in like 3-5 years, something like that they have been the favorites, lost by 16 points. The Jets and the Jaguars fought for who wanted to lose more, and it turned out it was the Jaguars. The Jets win by 7. The Ravens dealt with things in the Meadowlands as the Ravens completely creamed the Giants. Then in the probably what was originally the 1 o'clock game of the week, the Houston Texans hosted the Miami Dolphins and handled them because Tua decided that he was going to throw 3 interceptions as the most accurate quarterback in the NFL through 14 weeks. In the 4 o'clock window, the Denver Broncos dealt with the Indianapolis Colts to all but ruin their playoff hopes. The Cardinals cruised over New England. The Bills beat the Lions in the great battle of the Great Lakes. The Bucs beat the Chargers in a thrilling game of potential contenders. Josh Jacobs runs up the middle, a strong run, gain of 9. Packers go hurry up, and then the Eagles won the Battle of Pennsylvania 27-13 over Mike Tomlin. That's the recap. Tomorrow night, Bears, Vikings, Falcons, Raiders on a doubleheader Monday night. 2nd and 1, Packers not calling their timeouts. They're trying to go hurry up. 1:35 to go. Jordan Love will just hand it off again to Josh Jacobs, not expecting that one. He'll get to about the 45-yard line of Seattle. Great battle of the Great Lakes. It's not that great, and I kind of stole it from NBC because I saw it in the pregame show. Oops. I'm not going to take credit. I should, but, humble. Olive Garden is good, especially the lasagna. Okay. I love pasta, but must admit their pasta is average. Still great to me, and I don't care for their breadsticks. It's amazing. I honest. Frauds are liars. I was honest the whole time. Jaden Reed gets the screen. He'll get about 3 yards. He should have probably cut it outside. They're going to have to call a timeout there. Oh, they're not. They're going hurry up. Matt LaFleur sticking with it. Interesting decision as Jordan Love tries to orchestrate something here. 30 seconds to go. 2nd and 7. It's not happening. They got to call timeout. 18 seconds. Jordan Love, he'll choose to throw. It's a bad throw to Dobbs. It's inside. They got to call timeout there. 10 seconds to go. It's enough time for 2 shots at the end zone. What are they doing? Matt LaFleur with a trust in his offense a little too much there. Saying you guys got to get up to the line. Took him about 45 seconds to get up to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 2. The Guardian caps do look weird. Tua needs it, though. Honestly, I'm done with him. Use him as an experienced veteran. Draft a quarterback. It either has to be this year or 2 years from now because there's nothing in this upcoming class. 3rd and 2. Not the one with Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward, the one after them. Love loads deep. He actually has Dobbs. He's heavily pass interfered with. There's numerous flags, and that'll be pass interference at the 3-yard line. Aye. Oh, my eye. And that was, it was pretty bad pass interference. Woolen never turned his head back until the very end, too late. He had his hands around the shoulder pads, took him down. That's illegal. That's an easy call for the referee, right in front of him, too. Be first down at the 3-yard line. He's wearing jewelry. Interesting choice on a football field. And Romeo Dobbs celebrating with his Guardian cap on the floor. So, okay. Green Bay's not playing around today. They sent Brandon McManus back on the bench. They're saying, we got 4 seconds. We're going for it. And Jordan Love and the offense is lining up to go for 6 here. They still got a timeout left. They just have to get it off in less than 4 seconds. 1st and goal. From the 3, timeout Seattle. So Seahawks call their 2nd timeout. 4 seconds to go. As you probably know, I'm going to disappear at halftime for a few minutes. Make myself a drink. Maybe get some food. I could. I don't really feel like making anything, but we just get a chocolate bar. So in the playoff picture, the Seahawks are currently 3rd in the division leaders, and in the wild card, the Packers are 6th, just below the Vikings. Yeah, I don't think they're going to catch them. I think the Packers are pretty solidly safe at 6, honestly, especially with the win here against Seattle being pretty clutch. 1st and goal. Jordan Love, they got 4 seconds. Reed in motion. Love with 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2. He's not stopping this. Timeout Green Bay. Why? Why would you bother trying to get him to jump off? You're at the 3-yard line. The 3-yard line. Just kick the field goal. So Brandon McManus is coming up to kick a field goal for the Packers. That was an exhausting decision and a total waste of time. 4 seconds to go. The 21-yard field goal from Brandon McManus is good. That'll bring us to halftime. The Green Bay Packers hold a 17-point lead. The Seahawks are in a pit. 20-3 at the half. Seattle will receive the second half kickoff, and they hope to kick off their comeback in the second half. Thanks for watching. If you've stayed for the first half, be expecting more polls. Oh, there's a little bit of a scuffle as they were heading into the locker rooms. You can tell by the mixture of highlighted green and all white. I'll leave this poll running, and then there'll be another poll when I come back, and we can do that. Green Bay 6-1 when leading at halftime this year. Cool. All right, I will be back shortly. Don't worry. Bye-bye. See you in the second half. What's up? We're back. All right. We are ready for the second half. Just about. I'm going to end this poll. It's been an hour. All right. Let's see the final results. Mostly Josh Allen. Not a single person won or lost their game by a Jalen Hurts-sized differential. That's wild. All right. Poor Jalen Hurts. He's getting destroyed out there. All right. Part 2, the return of Kyle. All right. Let's do some good old-fashioned uniform games. Let's do it. If I can find that one article, I can do it. I believe. Nope, not that button. I don't remember what it's called. I mean, we're just chilling for now till the game comes back. Chiefs have a significantly harder schedule than the Bills. That's all they're talking about. Bills have like nothing. Okay. That would be a great time for questions. I'm just sitting here. All right. See if I can find some good ones. All right. Ooh, I can't spell. I spelled that right. We got another one pending. We'll come around to it. Yes, of course. Let's see. Trying to look for the really good ones. And then the last one. Here we go. I'm blind. All right, here we go. Boom. Poll is made. Vote. This one should be fairly easy. I know I got a clear favorite in this one. What's going on there? The Madden cast. What? Streaming exclusively on Peacock Saturday at 1 p.m. Huh. It's fascinating. No one's voting. Gotta vote. Voting's very important for the team's uniforms, obviously. I think I voted with the Detroit Lions. So I think right now we're looking at Detroit Lions blackout, unless anyone else votes, because I like those uniforms. I also don't mind the Jags throwbacks. I mean, they're not great, but they have that old-fashioned look about them that kind of make them stand out. Green Bay Packers, snowy. Why do I feel like I know who voted that? Yeah, I think I like the blackout uniforms. They just look, they look very cool. Oh. You're very 50-50. No, I think I like the blackout ones. All right, we're at 50-50 vote. We got to end this tie. No one's going with the action green, and for a good reason. Anyone who votes action green will be banned. Preposterous. Who voted for the action green? Who voted for the action green? Make yourself known. Was it you, Pepper? Did you vote for that? Did you vote for action green? Because I can see your comment. You're bannable. No love for the throwbacks. That's crazy. So 3 votes, no votes for the throwback. I mean, it's not awful. It's just like I always feel like I turn on the game and it's like, oh, what's going on? Every time I look at the game, it's like I'm being assaulted. No. Siri's always listening. Now a fan of the Lions. You don't like the all black? I think it's a good look. I think it's a good look, personally. I just like darker uniforms in general. I'm a fan. Vote. Someone's got to vote for the throwback Jaguars uniforms, right? Surely. I mean, they're not that bad. The Packers are winning. There's your first half recap. 20-3. They have not shown any signs of slowing down. Well, we're going to stand for this part. We're going to stand for a bit of the third quarter because it's not plugged in. Like, just crouch like this. I'll just lean back, break my back. Christian Watson's the first player with 350 plus receiving yards over 10 catches in a season since 2014. Deshaun Jackson. Love, under no pressure, he's 8 of 8 for 92 yards and a touchdown. Under pressure, he's 4 of 5 for 50. Geno Smith, no pressure, 10 of 11 for 95. Under pressure, 1 of 2 for 5 yards and an interception to go along with it. I didn't see Watson's hair. I wasn't paying attention to that. I can move. Yes, ooh, the glare. The glare. We'll just sit like this. It's weird, but we'll sit like this. Brandon McManus to kick it away here in the second half at Lumen Field. here on Sunday Night Football. Nothing feels like Sunday Night Football quite like the 12th man. And this is returned. It's a nice return out to the 30, the 35, and he'll get chopped out at about the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up for the Seahawks. Mike McDonald's doing an interview right now, so we'll just assume he's going to say that they have to be cleaner with their ball, no turnovers, got to stop shooting themselves in the foot. Self-inflicted mistakes, we got to be better than this. Obviously, we got to step up the game on defense. I take full responsibility on me for that, but overall, we just need to be better. Thank you, Coach. Thank you. Hand off to Zach Charbonnet. 2 yards, the middle. I'll go for 2nd and 8. I think that was a pretty good interview. I think I nailed it. 2nd down. 2nd and 7. They gave him 3? All right. Second and 7. I very rarely eat it. I don't mind Olive Garden. I feel that the food is overpriced, but I don't mind it. Jackson Smith-Njigba gets about 8 yards on a nice little pitch and catch for a first down to about midfield. We saw Quay Walker limping out of the Blue Medical tent, and he's just sitting on Gatorade. Doesn't look like he'll be coming back to this game. Yeah, he's out of the game with an ankle injury. 1st and 10 from midfield. Tyler Lockett in motion. Geno Smith will hand it off to Zach Charbonnet, who makes a nice cut to get away from the first man, tries to stiff arm the second. He'll get stuffed after a gain of about 3. 2nd down. Tyler Lockett's banged up after this one. That is not a good sign. Tyler Lockett is a very important leader on this Seahawks team. I wonder what happened. Did he get hit when he was in motion, or was it did he get stepped on? I don't know what that means. Just a sign that says Largent. I'm like, I don't know what that means. Let's see what happened here. Oh, he was just pushed down. It's a face injury. Something happened. Maybe he got poked in the eye. Yeah, it does appear to be the case. 2nd and 8 coming up for Seattle. Geno Smith, he wasn't quite expecting the snap, but he gives it to DK Metcalf for about a gain of 6 if they give him forward progress. He's still moving, though. No, yeah, it's going to be a gain of 6. 3rd and 2 coming up. Packers looking for a stop. Seahawks needing a first down. This is big for Seattle here. If they can't manage to get this game might very well be over. I might just end it in the 4th quarter if the game's 27-3. Yeah, Geno Smith was not expecting the snap there. But, good reaction time, quick reflexes. So we got it. Hand off to Zach Charbonnet. Charbonnet will get the first down and a little bit more after that. 1st and 10. So Seahawks will keep this drive rolling. They need to get something going here if they're going to want to stand a chance to get back in this game. See, they almost plugged the gap. It was a really nice decision, not just Siri. Geno Smith under pressure. He's taken down. Right down the middle came Nakati? Who is that? Wyatt. And Wyatt just bursts through the offensive line. And he just bull rushes Geno Smith. He just one spin move, and boom, he's in the backfield with him. Call him the running back. Wow, that took him no time at all. As the protection breaks down, brings up 2nd and 19. Geno Smith looks deep. He'll spike it at the floor. There's a flag. Oh, it might have been called dead ahead of time. We'll see what the flag is. What? The play lasted 2 seconds. The play was 2 seconds long, and it was an ineligible man downfield. Did he start downfield? Did Matt LaFleur put on a jersey and just step out? Like, look, he just spiked it. It wasn't even a play. 3rd and 19. Geno Smith under pressure. He's almost taken down again. He'll throw quickly to Noah Fant, who gets the first down. What an effort by Geno Smith keeping the play alive and getting the ball to Noah Fant. And they're saying it's holding on Seattle. Geno Smith was saying it was face mask on Green Bay. This might be yet another missed face mask penalty. But they called the rookie Laumaya on the holding. So it'll back him up again out of field goal range quite a bit. Was holding, yeah. He held. When you see the shoulder pad lifting, I mean, Lucas held too. There was a lot of holding going on. 3rd and 29. So 3rd and 29 coming up for Seattle. Their hope is basically nothing. They are in their own territory. Geno Smith looks deep. He'll throw quickly to Charbonnet, who tries to get some of the yards back. He'll get to about the 43. It's about a 60-yard field goal. Trying to stay comfortable. 10:48 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 4th and 17. Dixon's out to punt. That is such a failure of a drive for Seattle. They were making such good progress, and then suddenly penalty, sack, penalty. They are just kicking themselves right now. Like, they have to be getting better at this. And that's fair caught at the 6-yard line. So a good punt pins them deep, but still not all right if you're Seattle's offense. They got to find a way to eliminate the mistakes. 10:26 to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's not over yet, but 17 points is sure looking like it. Yeah, it's not been pretty thus far for Seattle. No one else has voted. Need some more people to vote. Need someone to vote for the throwback Jaguars uniforms. Because we just do. We just need people to vote on it. For the throwbacks. I have a tree. I have some stockings, and that's basically it. Just the tree. I'm looking at it. It's not on, but there's a tree. Got a tree. You got stockings. We didn't decorate well. I got advent calendar over there. Trying to think of some other places we might have stuff. We have candy canes downstairs. I guess that counts. If you're just joining us, vote for the Jaguars throwback uniforms. So that we can be perfectly even, or you can break a tiebreaker. You could be a tiebreaker if you want. But poor Jacksonville not getting the love they deserve for their throwback uniforms. I should have added Minnesota on there. I actually forgot about them because their uniforms are like literally the same as Green Bay. It's just purple outlines instead of green. Like, oh, what are you wearing? We're just wearing white. Just white. Yeah, just white. Okay. What? DK Metcalf just caught a fish. Oh, the fish catch. Yeah. So 1 through 3, they were 3-0 Weeks 4 through 9, they were 1-5. Started 4-5. And week 11, they're 4-0. They're up to 8-5, 15.5 points allowed per game, third in the NFL. As their defense gets better, so does the offense, it seems. So one thing comes with another, but so far in this one, we're not seeing that. 1st and 10. Seattle in need of a stop. It's play action. It's a screen to Jaden Reed, who'll get a nice little gain of about 8 there. Surprisingly good amount of yards on a screen. Doesn't work for the Dolphins, but for some reason it works for the Packers. 2nd and 2 coming up for Green Bay. Ten minutes to go here in the third quarter. Seattle's down by 17. This is a pass play from the looks of it. So they might switch it up. They do have the line kind of stacked there. Yeah, it's a run. I was looking at the wrong area. He's not going to get there, actually. He's 3rd and short. I don't think he got the first down. We'll see where they mark it, but I don't think he got there. The general manager for the Green Bay Packers, Brian Gutekunst, he's done a great job. I got to say, he's done a really good job. He's kind of shied away from free agency and gone more towards the building up of younger players and the youth. And then this year, he finally took a dip into free agency, and he comes out and he pulls Josh Jacobs out of his hat. And the Packers are a legit contender this year. Sad dolphin noises. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's rough. Average age of the Packers offense is 25.3. That's the youngest in the NFL. 3rd and 1, so I was correct. They did not get the first down. Love's under center. Seahawks are stacking the line. It's a handoff. It's blown up. Leonard Williams. He came totally unblocked. He might as well have been Josh Jacobs. He was right there next to him before the play even started. And Leonard Williams just kind of cuts through the offensive line like a Swiss Army knife. He just walks through it, plugs the gap, and swallows him up in the backfield. He's a cheese cutter. Wow, that was some crazy move there to get them in there right there. And this is Whelan punt. Whelan? Who's that? Whelan, I know most of the punters, but I don't know Whelan. And Darden is returning. It'll take a Seattle bounce. Green Bay's not picking it up. They finally pick it up at the 46-yard line. So Seattle will start their drive in plus territory. At the Green Bay 46, they need a touchdown. They got to start hurrying up the pace here if they want to even stand a chance. They got to prove that they can get in the end zone. Stay hydrated. It's healthy. Seriously, no one likes the Jaguars throwback uniforms. Fine. All right, let's take a look at next week's games. That's right, it's week 16, only 3 weeks left. That's sad. I'm just thinking. I'm wondering if there actually is going to be a commentary on week 18. I might be gone. Huh. There might not be a week 18 commentary, but there will be playoff commentaries. Don't you worry about that. So yeah, next week we got some pretty impactful games. That's right. On Saturday, the Texans take on the Chiefs and the Steelers take on the Ravens. A Ravens win will help them in their pursuit of the AFC North. A Steelers win all but locks up the AFC North. The Chiefs with the chance to go 14-1, but the Texans are coming off a big win and are currently fighting for better seeding in the playoffs. they don't really want to play the 5-seeded. What's looking like it's going to be either the Steelers or the Ravens, and I'm not sure they want either of them. I'm not intentionally leaving. I'm just not sure if I'm going to be able. I don't think I'm bringing the setup. I think I'm gone that week, sadly. Then we have some less impactful games. Blah, blah. The Rams and the Jets, if the Rams pick up a win against New York, could actually end up being pretty important. December 15th, 1984, the 12 jersey was retired for the fans of Seattle. There will be no more number 12. The Eagles and the Commanders in a big-time game at the 1 o'clock window. That one is going to be massive to determine whether the Eagles can just cleanly walk away with the NFC East or whether the Commanders will put up a bit of a fight. Then after this play, we'll keep going through it. 1st and 10, Geno Smith will go play action. He'll look deep. He's got a man. It's Tyler Lockett at the 23-yard line. 1st down, Seattle. Yeah, boring game. Lions take on the Bears. Should be a fairly easy win for Detroit. And then our 4 o'clock game of the week, it's on Fox. It's the Minnesota Vikings heading to this very Lumen Field to take on the Seattle Seahawks. It's a back-to-back NFC North tough opponents for Seattle. Not an easy schedule for them. Blitz coming for Smith, and he'll throw it at the dirt of Smith and Jigba. He was hit hard in the lower portion. Geno Smith is injured. Yeah, that's what I thought. Geno Smith's down. Oh, this is not a good sign for Seattle. It did not look like a good hit when I saw out of the corner of my eye. He grabs his ankle and it just bends backward. Ooh, like his leg just stayed planted. That might be, I don't think it's broken. I think it might be dislocated. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. I don't think anything's broken, but that definitely hurt. He might have torn something. And this is not good for Seattle. This is a team that's trying to compete for the playoffs. They just lost their starting quarterback. So in comes Sam Howell. Played last year with the Commanders. Through 21 interceptions, he led the NFL. Interception machine to interception machine. Here comes Sam Howell. 2nd and 10 as he tries to lead them out of this pit. Sam Howell's first throw will be a screen to Jackson Smith and Jigba, who will get dropped for a loss of 3. Yeah, this isn't good for Seattle. If they go down to 8-6, then they have Minnesota next week. 8-7. Then they have some tough games to close out the year because some really, really bad schedule. Vikings, then they have the Bears, and then they have a big one against the Rams. But if they're in too big of a hole before that, things might get rough for Seattle. 3rd and 12. Sam Howell. He rolls to his right under pressure. Howell throws at the feet of Noah Fant. Seattle's going to have to kick another field goal. Puts them within 14. So it is acceptable in this scenario. So they're just going to send out whoever their kicker is, because I forgot. It's a 45-yard attempt for Jason Myers, I think. Yeah, I think it's Jason Myers. For Jason Myers, the kick is up, and it is drilled. 20-6, Seattle scores, but at what cost? Geno Smith is injured. Looks like a leg injury. We'll see if he returns. He was in an obvious amount of pain on the sideline. Oh man, that is rough for Seattle. That is not one that they needed, that they could have spared to lose there. On Sunday Night Football of next week, Tampa Bay Buccaneers head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Then on Monday night, the New Orleans Saints head to Green Bay to take on the Packers. You might be thinking, are you heading to Green Bay again? Nah, we're heading to the West Coast. That's right, we're going to be here on Thursday Night Football. It's the Broncos taking on the Chargers. Playoff seeding on the line. Think it's a good game personally, so we're going TNF. No. I've done 2 consecutive Packers games. How do you spell Los Angeles? I can figure it out. I couldn't figure it out. I think I spelled it right. Englewood. All right. Pop. All right. That's what we're doing. Playoff seeding's on the line. This one's by far the best game. Bo Nix, Justin Herbert, who is going to take home the better seeding? Because this one kind of determines the seeding between the 6 and the 7. If the Chargers lose, who knows? They might be in a bit of trouble themselves. Because the Colts could still be in with a Broncos win over the Chargers and then a Chargers lose one of their other 2. They're really easy games, though. The Chargers have games upcoming against the Patriots, and then they have a game against the Raiders, and they have to lose 2 of those 3. So Indianapolis needs them to beat the Patriots, basically. They need them to lose to either the Patriots or the Raiders, and it's not looking good for Indy. Rion, the guard for the Packers, has been really good from the looks of it. He's been paving away Jenkins and Myers as well. Josh Jacobs has been able to get it rolling because of this offensive line. Then we see the right guard Tom make a hole there on the touchdown. Matt LaFleur congratulating his O-line, saying, you guys ruled this drive. Packers offense, 2 starting offensive line combinations, tied for the fewest in the NFL with the Bills and the Ravens. They got their guys, and they're not fragile. Love's under center, 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. 6:20 to go here in the third quarter. Love will go play action. He'll roll to his right. He'll throw on the run. He's pass interfered heavily with. It was attempted towards Christian Watson. It was interfered by Job. So another pass interference penalty heads the way of the Seahawks. Again, wow. Deja vu. So Nick Chubb broke his foot in the loss to the Chiefs, and Patrick Mahomes hurt his ankle. So a couple of stars and some trouble. That's the end of Geno Smith. There goes his day. He's heading to the locker room. Sam Howell is going to be the starting quarterback for the rest of this one. It's looking like a Packers win. Hey, I picked the Packers. I'm pretty happy. But still not super ideal for Seattle. Over the next 5 years, which NFC North team will be the most successful? I have a feeling that Minnesota is going to hit a few road bumps. I think they're still going to be a very good team. They're still going to be in the playoff contention. And Kevin O'Connell is an amazing coach. He can do whatever he wants. And I think they'll be very decent. I don't think they're going to be the best. Chicago, they're going to improve, but the question is how much, and how much patience is Ryan Poles going to have? Not Ryan Poles, to whoever the owner is, going to have with whoever the new head coach is. It comes down to the head coach. So they might have some success, but I don't think they're going to have the most success. Then we look over at Detroit. Detroit's kind of an old team. They're all in for this year, maybe next year. But after that, they start losing some players to old age, contracts. They start trading them away. Team kind of starts to break down. The team that I think is in the absolute best shape over the next 5 years is Green Bay. They're a young squad. They're still on rookie contracts. These guys are going to get paid big money, and Josh Jacobs signed a pretty decent deal. This offseason, they got him pretty cheap. Jordan Love's still on a nice deal that he signed. Packers are in good shape over the next 5 years. I would not be surprised to see them take away 2 or 3 NFC North titles. 3rd and 4, Jordan Love drops back to pass. He'll roll to his right again, and he throws on the run, and he completes it to Christian Watson. Great job by Watson being able to hold on in there and make the grab. And it was a great throw. He put it only where Watson could catch it, and he just trusted the receiver the rest of the way. Trying to look at where we might be going for week 17. Nowhere. Wow, they're awful. The games on week 17's nightcaps, there's got to be a flex. There's got to be a flex somewhere. They're going to flex Packers-Vikings, I can tell. They have to. Jaden Reed on a jet sweep. Reeds cuts a corner. He'll get about 5 yards, 2nd and 5. There's no way they keep Browns-Dolphins on Sunday night. There's no way. It's not possible. I think the games they're probably going to flex. Cardinals-Rams could be a good one. Bengals-Broncos could have minor implication. Not much. I doubt it. And Packers-Vikings is the big one. I think they have to flex Packers-Vikings into Sunday Night Football. Because Dolphins-Browns, who's watching that? Hand off to Josh Jacobs. 3rd and 5. No, I mean, I genuinely think they have to flex it. It's not a flex game. The flex games they have are weird. They're like the only game, like they might flex. I guess they have, they've already set the time for Packers-Vikings, so they have to flex Cardinals-Rams or Broncos-Bengals. And I guess Falcons-Commanders too. Yeah, who's gonna watch that? Yeah, they gotta flex. They gotta flex some games that we can commentate on. That would be better. Anything would be better. Ooh. Jordan Love almost got blown up, but there were numerous flags. Colts-Giants isn't getting anything. Chargers-Patriots isn't getting anything. But they might put them at 4:25 or 6 o'clock along with Broncos because they have similar implications. Which means Cardinals-Rams, I think, is the best bet. It's false start. No, it was offside. Who jumped first? I missed the call completely. No, I think it was false start. 3rd and 10 coming up for Green Bay. I don't know who that is. I think that's Brooks. He'll throw up the middle to Christian Watson, who's popped after a gain of 8. Good tackle there by the Seattle defense. Brings up 4th down. Matt LaFleur telling his team they're going for it. Nothing to lose. Nope, they're bringing out Brandon McManus. It was a good throw. It was good timing with that just great hit by 48. Making the tackle there. Then week 18. Who knows what will get flexed where? Got a feeling Seahawks-Rams is going to get something. It's going to get some popularity. And the field goal, chip shot for Brandon McManus, 23-6. The lead is back up to 17. This game is officially awful. Let's see. What other good games are there in week 18? Chiefs-Broncos. That one's a decent one. Chiefs might not play Mahomes, though, in that one. So that one might not get as flexed as we were hoping. Vikings-Lions has to. It has to. It's yeah. I think it's got to be Vikings, Lions, Seahawks, Rams, and then potentially Chiefs, Broncos as the three night games in Week 18. And I'm fine with any of them. Now we might end up stopping by Seattle a couple more times this year. Yeah, it'll be hopefully more interesting. Especially assuming if Kenneth Walker comes back. Minute 36 to go. We still have a perfect tie in the which uniforms are best poll. So if anyone would like to change their vote to make it not a tie, not a three-way tie, and then there's Jacksonville. Yeah, just pick something else. Who's going to do it? Yeah, Vikings Lions is going to be fun. I'm hoping that's the game. Just pick something. One of the uniforms. Not action green. You know what? Just pick blackout. Be done with it. Just don't want it to end in a tie. It's boring. We only got a minute and 36 seconds before the poll changes. Although I kind of lost the one I was going to use because Gino's gone, so. So the Packers' upcoming schedule is against the Seahawks, which is today. They have the Saints next week. Then they have a tough one against the Vikings and a fairly easy one against the Bears. Honestly, that's not bad. They could be looking at 12-5. The Vikings are the only team that could beat them, and if they beat the Vikings, they're 13-4. So the Packers are very legitimate this year. The only problem is they're going to be in a 13-4 team in a division with a 15-2 team, and probably another 15-2 team. So Geno Smith headed to the locker room. So did Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett's gone too. You're kidding. Seattle has lost two of their star players. Geno Smith's questionable to return with a knee injury. Oh, Tyler Lockett's back. Okay, he was just walking him over. Oh, Sam Howell is swallowed up. He's sacked almost immediately by that guy, 55. Kingsley Enagbare. I don't know who this guy is. He's been making a bit of a difference. Let's see who he is. If he hadn't just disappeared. Sam Howell has to step up under pressure. He'll get 2 yards tackle again made by Enagbare. Geno Smith's back on the sideline. He's jogging. Gingerly, but he's jogging. Could we perhaps see a return? 3rd and 13. Packers almost jumped. Third and 13 from the 23-yard line of Seattle. Sam Howell drops back to pass. Under pressure, he'll roll to his right. Howell makes one man miss, can't make the other. He's swallowed again. Guess who? It's him again. Who is this guy? Kingsley Enagbare in his 3rd year out of South Carolina as a 5th-round draft pick in 2022. 24 years of age. He's got plenty. Oh, who did it? Who picked the action green? And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. You have like 10 seconds to change your vote. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, fine. Ending the poll. All right. the most popular uniform, action green, the monstrosities that they're currently wearing. You guys are crazy. I don't know. No. All right. Gotta think of the final poll. What do we put for the final poll? Not even sure what we put for the final poll. All right, here we go. The Packers, okay. And I kind of just saw it, honestly. I just saw the feature. I'm like, oh, sure, I can do that. Something fun to entertain myself with. If the game's really bad, which it's not great, so I might as well. Yeah, we'll go with that one. The punt from Michael Dixon will land at about the 34, where Jaden Reed's almost blown up, but he'll return it out to about the 43-yard line. There we go. We got a new poll up. Who do we think has the better chance of making the NFC playoffs? The Green Bay Packers, the Seattle Seahawks, the LA Rams, or the Washington Commanders? What do we think? Rams, Seahawks, Packers, or Commanders? Personally, I think I'm going to go with the Packers on this one. I think they have an easy schedule. I think they can't miss with 12 wins. That's my logic. They can't miss it with 12 wins. I think they also have the best chance of making a deep run into the playoffs. Because I feel like even if Seattle makes it, even if they get the 3rd seed, they're going to end up playing this Green Bay team or Minnesota, and that's kind of rough. Same for the Rams. If the Rams end up stuck in that 3rd seed, maybe even the 4th seed, they get Minnesota or Green Bay. I think Tampa Bay has a chance to fight back. Less so the winner of the NFC West. Jordan Love hands it off to Josh Jacobs, who will get about 2 yards. 2nd and 8. Green Bay Packers starting to amount votes. All right. It's an interesting one because the Commanders, no one's quite sure if they're going to make it, but they're currently in the playoff picture. If the Rams stay healthy, they're a very dangerous team. Wouldn't want to be the ones playing them wild card weekend. I wouldn't really want to be playing them either. It's a dump off to Josh Jacobs, who'll get about 5 yards before he's tackled 3rd and 2. I wouldn't want to play them because Kyren Williams is a beast. He can run all over you if he gets hot early on in the game. Matthew Stafford gets his arm going, and they're perfect. And if he's fully healthy, Cooper Kupp, their offense is really good. Underratedly good. Their defense is kind of the problem, is that if they enter a shootout like they did against Buffalo, chances are they're not going to end up in such a positive situation like they did against Buffalo, because eventually there's going to be a better defense out there. 3rd and 3. Jaden Reed in motion. Love looks to throw. He'll step up in the pocket. He throws quickly behind Christian Watson, incomplete. So looking at this, the Commanders are currently 9-5. The Packers are 9-4. Packers with the win here today improved to 10-4. Commanders would be the 7 seed. The team directly behind them is the Rams, followed closely behind by the Cardinals, and then there's everyone else. So the Rams and Cardinals, I didn't even include the Cardinals because personally I don't think they stand a chance. That is Kraft in motion. Reed in motion off the left side. They're not going to snap it. I didn't even realize it's 4th down. So there would be punting here. Delay a game. 49ers, Saints. The Saints, Falcons, 49ers aren't out of it. Same for Dallas. They're not out, but they're not in. And I don't think they're going to be in. They haven't been playing even close to at the level that the other teams in the NFC have been playing at. There's been 14 teams that are going to make the playoff. Like, there's been the clear 14 since the beginning. The only one that's kind of interchangeable are the Rams and the Seahawks. Or to me, like, one of the two of them's got to make it. I don't know which one. But we'll see where that race comes down to at the end of the season. And this will pin the Seahawks deep at their own 3-yard line. Good special teams work from Green Bay. 13-18 to go here in the game. Seahawks down by 17. Here comes Sam Howell trying to lead a ferocious comeback with not a whole lot of time left. Not enough time, that's for sure. So honestly, I think schedule-wise, gotta go for the Packers. They got the easiest schedule. The Rams, they got the Jets this next week. Could go 9-6. They have the Cardinals, potential to go 10-6. Then they have Seattle. If they win that one, they're looking at 11-6. They're good to go. But Seattle, they got a much tougher road. They have Minnesota. Then they have Chicago. They're already going to lose this one. This one's over. This one's over for them. 9-6. Then they drop 8-6. Then they drop Minnesota. Then they're 8-7. They beat the Bears. 9-7. There's something wrong with my math, but whatever. 8-6, 8-7, 9-7. They're against the Rams. If they win, they're 10-7. But if they lose, it really comes down to that last game between the Seahawks and the Rams. Which is a better chance. Cowboys go all the way this year. Chiefs to win 10 straight Super Bowls. I don't know. I say they're both equally impossible. Especially with Cooper Rush on the squad. And if Dak was there, maybe they'd stand a better chance. But since he's not, it's not as likely. Not impossible, but it's not likely. So Tampa Bay is also not a lock for the playoffs. The reason why I didn't include them is because they have an easy end to the season. They have the Cowboys, who are struggling to get anything done. They have the Panthers, and then they have the Saints. So the Bucs very well could be looking at very strong 12-5, assuming everything goes right for them. See you in 7 days. Yeah. Same for the Dolphins. Be like, bye. Like, they had their chance to win a playoff game. They failed. Packers defense, their quick pressure rate's 21%. It's a season high. They've unblocked pressures 3 times and sacks on non-blitzes 5. The Packers defensive line has been crushing the Seahawks O-line. They've just been going fast at the quarterback. They've been getting at him. They've been forcing that pressure. Then against Sam Howell, see him get dragged down there. And they're backed up at their own end zone. A sack here. Oh, a sack here, and they got themselves a safety. I need to get rid of McCarthy. Agreed. You just started noticing that now? Geno Smith doesn't look like he's coming back in the game. He doesn't look happy about it, but he doesn't look like he's coming back in the game. So I think the Seahawks have the worst chance out of the 4 teams on that list there. The Commanders don't have a particularly easy road either. Tyler Lockett in motion. Sam Howell looks to throw. Pressure at Howell. It's almost intercepted. Oh, Oh, he should have had that. Oh, man, that should have been a pick. It should have gone the other way, too. Hits him in the chest. And Sam Howell almost made a Sam Howell-like mistake. Oh, he needed to catch that. I hit him in the hands. That's 10 push-ups. 3rd and 10, backed up at their own 4-yard line. Sam Howell under pressure. It's incomplete. They're punting from the back of their own end zone. So the Commanders, they got the Eagles, which means they very well could go 9-6. The thing they absolutely cannot do is lose to Atlanta. They lose to Atlanta. They have to beat everyone. They have to beat the Falcons. They have to beat the Cowboys. If they don't do that, then we might actually end up seeing Seattle and the Rams. And Washington. Washington and Seattle are right next to each other because Washington's got Philadelphia, which totally messes everything up. And Dixon is punting with his foot on the white. He can't take a step backwards. He gets the punt off very cleanly. It's a good punt too. Jaden Reed will fair catch it at the 43-yard line. And the Seahawk is not thrilled. There's a real Seahawk soaring here at Lumen Field before things started going very, very badly. Yeah. I think it's got to be Green Bay. Seattle just doesn't. They don't stand a chance. I don't see how Seattle, as the bet, especially without Geno. If they lose Geno for an extended period of time, Seattle's looking at a massive losses here, and then it probably next week against Minnesota as well. And even if they have Geno, Minnesota's going to be tough. It really all comes down to that game against the Rams. Because say they do make it to 9-8 or 9-7, then they have to beat the Rams and make it 10-7. And then even then, so currently the Rams are 8-6. If they beat the Jets, they're 9-6. Beat the Cardinals, they're 10-6. If they lose there, then they're 10-7. You look at the Commanders, 10-7. You might end up with 2 NFC West teams. Took a dark turn. Yeah, but out of those teams, it's got to be Green Bay first. I think the Rams definitely have a solid shot. All they have to do is win out. Really, they have the easiest one because they control their own destiny fully. It's just you win out, you're in. Seattle, they're not winning this game. They're probably not winning against Minnesota either. You have a very manageable schedule. You just have to beat Seattle. Honestly, even if you drop the game against the Jets, as long as you beat Arizona and Seattle, you might still survive. The Rams have the most other options. The Commanders might be a little bit concerned because of the Eagles on their schedule, but maybe they definitely need a win. I didn't expect them to be out of the playoffs when I did the first Eagles-Commanders commentary. That was fun when I did the math. I spent the entire time I got a whiteboard. I'm like, this is the math. I did all the calculations, so it was kind of crazy. You should go check out the VOD. It's in this channel. Don't forget to subscribe while you're at it. Holiday special on NBC and Peacock. It's Saturday at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Houston takes on Kansas City. And then on Sunday Night Football in America, it's Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Dallas Cowboys. We will be visiting neither of them. I'll be watching the Christmas one, the Saturday one, but I'll be watching it. Jordan Love rolls to his right under a bit of pressure. He throws too high for Romeo Dobbs. Yeah, right now the question is, can Philly clinch the division? It starts simply with, if the Commanders do go 3-0 in their final one, they got themselves a 12-5 record. They still need Philadelphia to lose all 3 of their games. They have the Giants on that. Philadelphia's not dropping it. 2nd and 10. Hand off to Josh Jacobs, who cuts to the left end. And it's a fumble. And the ball comes loose from Josh Jacobs, who then makes the tackle. I didn't even see what happened. But Witherspoon seems to have come up with it. Josh Jacobs fumbled somewhere along the way. 12:45 to go here in the game. And Josh Jacobs has lost his grip on the ball. See what happened here. He was slipping as he was trying to fall. That's a fumble. Ernest Jones forces that fumble. Josh Jacobs, usually very sure-handed, and he forces that one, and then Love recovers it. So Seattle gets a little bit of a break. It's not quite over. It's almost over, but it's not quite over. They're still up by 17. I mean, they've still thoroughly destroyed the Seahawks, and they've left them in a worse state than they found them by quite a bit. Seattle kind of needed this one to be like a statement win if they wanted to win the NFC West. But now it kind of puts a little more pressure on that final game of the year. And as a Dolphins fan, I know all about final games of the year and how much pressure they have. Second down. Yeah, I think it's done. I think Green Bay's won this one. Sam Howell, I don't think Sam Howell can lead a 17-point comeback, even with this much time. Sam Howell looks deep. He significantly overthrows his receiver. Just hear like wind hitting the window. Whoa. How windy is it? I want to check now. The wind. It's extremely windy. It's a completion to Jackson Smith-Njigba. He'll get about 15 or 16, maybe even 17, depending on the spot on that 3rd and 5. Nailed it. Wasn't even paying attention. I called the play properly. The Seahawks are going hurry up. Howell's in shotgun. Why can't I find my weather app? Howell will throw quick to Njigba. He'll get about 4 yards before he's upended. 11:35 to go. What's the wind like? I mean, it's not awful. 14-mile-per-hour winds, gusts of up to 30 miles per hour. It's not bad. 2nd and 6, handoff to Charbonnet. Charbonnet makes a nice cut. Zach Charbonnet, touchdown Seattle. And the Seahawks have finally gotten in the end zone. It's only taken 3.5 quarters, but Seattle's not out of this yet. Mike McDonald doesn't look happy. Zach Charbonnet takes the handoff, and then he just kind of runs. He has the blocking. Great job by whoever 61 is, Sumnall. Fantastic blocking there. He got to the 4th layer. I mean, he blocked, he paved the way for him there. Hey, I mean, you never know. Extra point's good. Scores 23-13. Zach Charbonnet. Hey, you never know. No Kenneth Walker. Kind of seeming like a problem. But not on that play. Zach Charbonnet, 23-13. Seattle finally gets themselves into the end zone. Thrilling finish. Awful game, thrilling finish. Baltimore, Kansas City flashbacks. Awful game. Exciting finish. The AFC playoff picture's set to me. I'm sorry. Like, it's done. I think that's it. I think those are the 7. That's kind of like NFC playoff picture. Yeah, anything can happen. I mean, there's some upsets like on the AFC. It's like it's done. There's 3 weeks left to go. It's over. Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs, Texans, Steelers, Ravens, Bills. Those are the 7. It's just like how they get arranged. Big part of how they get arranged depends on Thursday Night Football, and the game we'll be commentating on right here in the Exponential. It's the Denver Broncos heading on the road to SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California to take on the Los Angeles Chargers. It's looking like my pick was correct, so I'm happy about that. See how the first meeting between the Chargers and the Broncos went earlier this year. The Chargers won 23-16. It was a battle. They lost Surtain in that one to a concussion. He might actually be injured for this one as well. He was also banged up after their last one. Chargers scored the first 23 points before allowing 16 unanswered in the fourth quarter. Kamani Vidal and J.K. Dobbins were big parts of the Chargers win. In that one, they'll be without Dobbins, but they still have Kamani Vidal. So we'll see there. Oh, Jalen Hurts broke his finger. How did I not see that? Well, apparently Jalen Hurts broke his finger, and it did affect him during the game. According to him. Whiteboard picture? Yeah, it's a map. It's not mine. I don't own it. I just hang stuff from it. Like, hey, you put it in the worst place possible. I mean, if it were just a wall, it would be better, but can't move it, so. And it's a return from Keyshawn Nixon to 34. Yeah, Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts said he's dealing with a broken finger on his non-throwing hand, that it did affect him Sunday against the Steelers. They're currently showing Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth. I'm just reading the article about the Eagles, sorry. Don't listen to them. Listen over here. Mute them. Watch the game, but mute them. Listen to me. 1st and 10 for Green Bay. Jordan Love. I'm going to lose my voice. I can already tell. Hand off to Josh Jacobs, who gets to the left side. He'll get about 3 or 4 yards. Sam Howell's on the sideline along with Geno Smith. Try to work out some of the details of how they can win this one. Yeah, apparently Hurts injured his ring finger last week against Carolina. He wore a glove on his left hand. Play action to Jalen Reed. Oh, and fall on it, Love. Okay. Love does recover his own potential fumble there. This fucking finger has nothing to do with throwing. I mean, it was his left hand. He said it affected his grip. Just true. He was wearing a glove. Is that man? A little bit. I mean, I kind of don't credit Sam Howell for that. He made like one completion. Zach Charbonnet had like a 30-yard touchdown run. Don't give credit to quarterback who didn't do anything. 3rd and 6. Jordan Love rolls to his right. He's still playing hard. Just throw it away. Oh, he's trying to make something happen. He's hit hard as he throws, and it's incomplete. Jordan Love was hit fairly hard on that one. He pops back up. Jalen Hurts broke his finger. Jalen Hurts broke his ring finger. And that's it. Against Carolina, he broke his ring finger and on his left hand, non-dominant. And it was affecting him against Pittsburgh because he couldn't grip the ball properly. And the punt from Green Bay gives Seattle back the ball with just over 10 minutes to go. It's returnable, and he'll get to at least the 30. He'll get to about the 33-yard line. Might explain his turnovers. Might. Quarterback controversy in Seattle. I got it. You can't type. The Packers are currently the 6th seed in the wild card round. I fully expect them to stay there, honestly. I mean, I'm fine just how everything is. The Rams might slide into that 3 spot instead of Seattle. And, potentially Washington might slide out for Seattle if things go properly for Seattle and badly for Washington. But otherwise, I feel like the NFC, just the playoffs in general, seems much more set than I usually remember. Sam Howell, that's a fumble. Has to be a fumble. I don't even know what happened. The ball was moving at a strange angle. That had to be a fumble. And the refs are saying, what's the call? We'll see it here. See, Howell should not have even attempted to throw that. He was blown up. He throws it forward. Ooh. Ooh, that might be a fumble. We might have ourselves a strip sack. Oh, I don't think he goes forward. I don't think it goes forward. I think whatever the call is what they have to stick with. Yeah, they called it. Oh, Terry McCauley. All right, looks like, Matt LaFleur is throwing the challenge flag here. And will they accept the challenge? They will, yeah. So challenge, Green Bay is challenging the ruling on the field of an incomplete pass. It kind of looked to me like it didn't really look to me like he got anything. Because it looked like he had just hit the arc, but he hadn't actually made any forward progress. But I think it might just go to whatever the call was, and since it was incomplete pass, I feel like the Packers might be losing a timeout here. Not that it's incredibly relevant, but good job by the referees just letting it play out, though. That's what you're supposed to do. I'm still reading the Eagles thing. I feel like we never win challenges. You should come to the Dolphins, man. We never win challenges. I don't think Mike McDaniel's ever had a successful challenge. Jalen Hurts said, I can say I don't think my finger got any worse today. If it's shattered, it's shattered. It is what it is. I don't think we should get this out. It wasn't, I feel like it's not concrete enough to turn it around, which is the only reason why I think that it probably has to be just an incomplete pass. It was whatever the call was, since the call on the field was an incomplete pass. That's what it's going to end up being. Jalen Hurts is like, if my finger's shattered, it's shattered. Who cares? Taking a look at the timings of the games. February 9th is the Super Bowl. Pro Bowl is on the 2nd in Orlando. Old-fashioned footballer. My leg is shattered, it's shattered. That's just good old-fashioned Southerner. Just anyone from the South. Broken is broken. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Go to the doctor. Pshaw. And the Madden cast streaming. I'm fascinated. Saturday 1 p.m. The Texans Chiefs Madden cast. Huh. 2nd and 10. Sam Howell. It was a lost challenge there. And this one's bobbled and incomplete heading towards Noah Fant. 3rd and 10. Rib some mud on it. Vikings struggle against Chicago again tomorrow. They might, but it's Kevin O'Connell. He's not going to lose. He doesn't lose that. Especially not when Chicago has been averaging a remarkable 3 yards of offense in the first half of games. You don't win that one. I don't see Chicago's offense improving. Minnesota wins. 3rd and 10. Sam Howell. He threw underneath to Fant. It's 4th and 5. They're going for it. They have to. There's a flag. Let's see what the flag is here. Currently explaining it to Matt LaFleur, who has a blank expression on his face. He doesn't seem like he's retaining any of this information. He's just like, uh-huh. So it'll be false start. Oh no, it's offside. It's offensive offside. Wow. It's offside on Tyler Lockett. Showed the line. I'm like, oh yeah, he was over it. Tyler Lockett's called for offside there. They'll accept it. It's funny. Matt LaFleur's like, yeah, we'll take it. All right. Probably, it probably should have been, but, the refs decided not to call face masks anymore, so whatever. They don't want to call offsides either. See, but that's not offsides. That's neutral zone infraction. If his hand was in the neutral zone, I don't actually think he was offside. Fourth and 5. They're punting. Okay. Seattle is attempting to lose. It's 4th and 5. Just go for it. Really? It's a good punt. It's muffed. It's recovered, but he did muff it. Jaden Reed did drop it temporarily, giving a heart attack to Packers fans all over the world. And it just goes right through Jaden Reed's hands. The brief moment of panic, he does recover it. I bet there was a Browns fan somewhere snickering. Because how many times it's happened to them over the last 2 weeks. He dropped it again. Just the same old Kadarius Toney. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. It's a quick throw to that guy, Dontavian Wicks, I believe. That'll go for about a gain of 12. First down, Green Bay. Trying to seal this one up. 9:15 to go. Please go faster. All right. Trying to think of ways that Seattle might be able to score twice in the amount of time they have. And it really depends on their defense. They got to be able to stop them. Got to force Love to throw into more awkward situation. Get solid pass rush as well. And they go with trickeration. They'll give it to Reed on the right side. And Reed's going to get a first down with fantastic blocking. Number 71, Myers, just paved the way for him. And, he flat out just knocked someone down. When you see a big man like Myers coming at you, I'm going to want to fall down too. Packers have 19 first downs. The Seahawks have 13. First and 10 for Green Bay. 6.3 yards per play for the Packers, 4.3 for Seattle. Overall pretty solid. You can go heavy blitz coming, but Jaden Reed on the left side has them looking 15 yards and a first down. And they played the blitz counter to perfection. The Packers are rolling right now. It's not looking like the Seahawks are going to be able to stop them. And this will pretty much seal the game if the Packers score even a field goal here. Yeah, it was well designed. That's a Matt LaFleur play if I've ever seen one. He got the blitz. He got them to draw the blitz up. So it was impressive. Nice little jet sweep there. Very fancy. First and 10 from the 47-yard line. Handoff just goes to Josh Jacobs. Gets about 5. Second and 5 or 6, I would say. Second and 6. Nice. 7 minutes to go. Packers just winding this clock down. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, that's like 300 push-ups. It's happened twice today. Do you know that? Happened twice. 2 different players dropped the ball before they crossed the plane. Josh Jacobs goes for about 4 or 5. Go 3, third and 1.5. Just the momentum swing of it did, yeah. Because you could kind of feel when the momentum swung in Denver's favor. 3rd and 2. 3rd and 1.5. Clock is at 6 minutes now. Packers are just taking their time. Second timeout, Green Bay. Matt LaFleur building a legacy. The first break regular season record 65-31, 8+ wins in all 6 of his seasons. Active head coach win percentage Nick Sirianni a .708, Matt LaFleur a .677, and Jim Harbaugh a .633. Green Bay head coach win percentage Vince Lombardi .754 and Matt LaFleur .677. He's the second best coach in Packers history. At least that's how he should take it. He's a genius. I mean, he's done everything right. He's going to be the coach of Green Bay for a long time. I think until he's done, I don't think they're going to fire him just because he's done a fantastic job. 3rd and 2. Pressure showing from Seattle. They rearranged their defense a little. They rush 6. Love under pressure, fadeaway, and Jaden Reed was on the floor. Not even sure what happened there. He just kind of missed. Yeah, he totally missed his route there. Jaden Reed just kind of passed. Like, okay, what? I want to see how he falls. Was it pass interference that just didn't get called? Or he just falls. Jaden Reed just slipped. That's an interesting way to... I mean, imagine if they lose a game because of a slip. 4th and 2. They're just going to try and draw off sides. Oh, they snapped it. I did not see that coming. There was no way they were getting that. Seahawks defense pushes Josh Jacobs back. And an interesting choice by Matt LaFleur, truly. Not necessarily the correct one. And somehow we might actually have a game on our hands. That was not even a good play call for 4th down. Hand it off to Josh Jacobs right into like 10 defenders. He'll make it happen. No. Rough choice there. Don't overreact. That award belongs to Matt Eberflus. And the reason why he's the worst coach in the league is because he's not a coach in the league anymore. Who else is a pretty bad coach? Gerard Mayo's made some very questionable time decisions over the start of his career. Alex Van Pelt's been decent with the play calling, but as far as like calling timeouts goes, like it's almost like Gerard Mayo just forgets that that's his job. Kevin Stefanski's really struggling too. McCarthy's also really bad. Matt Eberflus to Dallas. I don't think Dallas wants Matt Eberflus. You want Matt Eberflus? Be like the Bears, like, take him from us. Wait, take him, I dare you. I'll put the headphones on. Like, I actually have no idea what I sound like. It's like the Bears on the other side. Just take him from us, please. They're like, we'll gladly take McCarthy. Cowboys hiring Deion Sanders. Any thoughts? No thoughts. Deion Sanders to the Cowboys. I have very passionate thoughts about it. I think it's an awful idea. But, a lot of people are like, he would be a great coach of the Cowboys. I'm like, no, he wouldn't be. He really wouldn't be. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, he wouldn't be. No. 1st and 10 for the Seahawks. Sam Howell drops back to pass under pressure. He's sacked. Taken down again for the 3rd time since he's entered the game. The Packers' D-line is wreaking havoc on just the backfield, basically. There's just no time. This Packers defense has surprised me. Because normally you credit Xavier McKinney in the secondary, but that's intercepted. The secondary. Oh my goodness. As I was saying, it's Sam Howell throws a pick. I can't go 2 seconds. It's Edgar and Cooper. And Sam Howell might have just sealed his team's destiny. I thought he was actually throwing to him. That's how accurate that ball was placed in his hands. That was insane. And Edgar and Cooper has the interception. I was just praising the D-line, and then suddenly a linebacker gets a pick. That was just an awful decision. Like, why would he throw that? Who does he think he is? He tried to throw it in like the tightest coverage possible. Who do you think you are, Sam Howell? Wow. All right. Green Bay's just got a lot of clock to wind out now. End the game. Josh Jacobs, nice little stutter step there. Gets him about 4 yards. 2nd down coming up. What about him? Wait, what were we talking about? NFC North remaining schedule. The Lions have the Bears, 49ers, and Vikings. The Vikings have the Bears, Seahawks, Packers, and Lions. The Packers have the Saints, Vikings, and Bears. Packers have by far the easiest schedule. The Vikings probably have the hardest one. And the Lions, they got the Vikings. I think the Vikings still have a decent chance. Yeah, I know. Like, what does he think he is? He's trying to dart it in there. He's like, I am the greatest quarterback of all time. He just threw it right to him. It looked more like it was to the linebacker. It looked more like it was throwing towards Cooper than it was towards whoever he was throwing to. Handoff to Jacobs, going nowhere. It's 3rd down. 2nd charge timeout, Seattle. NFC West remaining schedule. The 49ers have the Dolphins, Lions, and Cardinals. That's tough. Cardinals have the Panthers, Rams, and 49ers. 2 divisional matchups. The Rams have the Jets, Cardinals, and Seahawks. Also 2 divisional. And then the Seahawks have the Vikings on there, which that's the 2nd toughest opponent that anyone in the NFC West faces, other than being San Francisco taking on Detroit, and they're basically out anyway. But Seattle's got the toughest of the 3 that are actually competing relatively well in the NFC West. 49ers, I don't think there's a chance. They're going to lose to they might honestly lose to Miami. 3rd and 5. Jordan Love. They're rearranging the play with 5 seconds on the play clock. 3, 2, 1, timeout. Timeout, Green Bay. So Green Bay uses their final timeout with 5:05 to go here in the game. I'm not. I don't have any hopes, man. Hopes are gone. Hopes were gone when the team was founded. No, I mean, it's they've been gone since the 80s. Marino retired, then yeah. Third and 5 coming up for the Packers. A first down would hopefully seal this game so I can go to bed. Third and 5. Jordan Love drops deep. He'll throw deep. He's got him up the middle. Did he catch it? He did! Touchdown, Green Bay! Romeo Doubs! Wow! How did he catch that? Touchdown, Packers. Mike McDonald is shocked. What? Let's see it. Wow. What a catch. That's a touchdown. That is a fantastic catch by Romeo Doubs. He makes sure that the ground doesn't even touch the ball. That's phenomenal, and the Packers have just sealed this game. The Packers will improve to 10-4. Seahawks will drop down to 8-6 and in a bit of trouble because they got Minnesota coming up. That was a crazy catch. Here comes McManus for the extra point. It's good, 30-13. The Packers are kind of shutting them out. They're kind of shutting them out, if I'm being honest. It hasn't been a blowout all game by my definition, but they've kept them at arm's length the entire game. Like they've been absolute. That was a beautiful throw. I mean, the air and the spiral on that's insane. But better catch by Doubs. That's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, the air on that throw and then wow, that was just a perfect play. Like pretty throw, and then right into the hands of Doubs, who just snags it. That's a highlight reel if I've ever seen one. So Jordan Love dropping dimes. Romeo Doubs got 2 touchdowns. That's his third career 2-touchdown game. He's only got 3 receptions. 3 receptions and 2 of them are touchdowns. Who is he? Nick Westbrook-Akine? Chef's goose. Okay, now that the game's over, can Seattle please take 3 knees? Just against yourself. Put yourselves out of your misery. Lumen Field's a beautiful stadium. I would like to go visit it one day, though. It's got it's electric atmosphere, I've heard. Beautiful lighting. Fantasy points am I at now? 210. The return will get him out to the 30. It's a nice return, almost to the 35. Yeah, I'm at 210. Predicted 233. It's very good. That's crazy. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. The NFC North. No, wait, what are they talking about? 3 of their 4 losses have been by 1 score this year for the Packers. Yeah, one of them was in Brazil, so it didn't count because what happens in Brazil stays in Brazil. I don't know. Second down coming up for Seattle. They're just running the ball at this point. Yeah, I mean, if you'd enjoyed this, do come back. We're going to be on Thursday Night Football for the Broncos and the Chargers. Sam Howell drops back to pass. Howell. Throw incomplete. We only lose to 11-win teams. Yeah. The Lions twice. And the Vikings once. And then the Eagles. Yeah, I mean, that's... Hey, I mean, just shows where you guys are at. You're one step below the 11-win teams. You're a 10-win team. But this has been pretty dominant. So, yeah, if you've enjoyed this, come visit me next time on Thursday Night Football as the Broncos take on the Chiefs. Just a few days, not too long of a wait. After that, who knows? Schedule is going to get all messed up. Looking forward to it. There will be an announcement for that one because everything's going to be all messed up. I'm not going yet. No, all right, bye. You're probably going. There's an NFL referee, Jim Tunney. He's a referee for 30 years, 1960 to 1990. Third and 7 for Seattle. Howell under pressure. He's sacked again. That's another sack for this D-line. The Packers are just shredding into Seattle at this point. Like, just take a knee. Packers have 7 sacks. 7 sacks. Okay. This game's ridiculous. We're sticking through it to the end, but I am thoroughly done with this game. It's over. The Packers won. I don't know. I thought they were decent. I thought. But I mean, I didn't know the Packers could have pass rush. They didn't against Miami, really. They had like 2 sacks. But most of the time they weren't getting much pressure. And this time it's like just a ton of pressure. Where did this come from? All right. It's Terry McAuley. I don't know. He's talking about the referee. So yeah, it's been a fun time. It's been a fun one here today. Got a pretty good one next week, hopefully. Yeah, we have a pretty good one on Thursday. Broncos Chargers probably determines the AFC seeding. The Chargers lose, they might be in a bit of trouble. I doubt it, but they might be. And Denver will basically be locked into a playoff spot. 1st and 10, Love under center. Hand off to whoever that is. And that's Emmanuel Wilson. Go for about 4. Yeah. So that'll be a good game. Come by, enjoy the commentaries. It'll be fun. Yeah. Then the weeks after that, who knows what's happening? No one has any idea. Just no idea. 2nd and 6. Love under center. Go hand off to Emmanuel Wilson. Get a nice gain of about 5. Third and 1 coming up for Green Bay. I mean, most of the scoring happened in the first quarter for Green Bay. The 2 back-to-back touchdowns got them off to a strong start. And since then, it's just been steady points, really. This will bring us to the 2-minute warning. This game's a wrap, folks, but it's 3rd and 2. So when we come back, the Packers will hopefully get a first down so we don't have to watch the Seahawks again and have them embarrass themselves even more. So yeah, fun. Very. Yeah, thanks for coming out. It's been great. We're just doing this now so that as soon as the game's over, say the final score and then I can end. Go to sleep. Europe. The AFC playoff picture, the Chiefs clinched the AFC West, the Bills, the AFC East, the Texans, the AFC South. The only division that's still up for grabs is the North, and that's between Baltimore and Pittsburgh, and it could very well be determined next week. The wild card, it's Baltimore, Denver, and the Chargers. Denver and the Chargers as the 6 and 7 will be who will be there on Thursday. Merry Christmas Eve, Eve. Yes, Merry Christmas Eve. I mean, even if it's, yeah. We'll see where we end up on week 17. I'm not sure. I'm hoping they flex out. They flex out the Thursday game then too. Because I might not. I'm not. If they don't, then I'm gonna have to like force myself to do Thursday, and I don't want to do that. But it's possible I will have to force myself to do Thursday because I think we're going somewhere on New Year's, so I don't want to do it on New Year's Eve. Jordan Love throws deep, almost caught by Christian Watson. That would have been incredible, but it's 4th and 2. They should have just run the ball. So we will have to see Seattle. No, yeah, Merry Christmas Eve. It's been great. Oh, Christian Watson's injured. Merry Christmas. So Christian Watson was slow to get up after that one. And he just kind of launched his way over to the sideline so that the play can continue. And we can be done with this faster. It's returnable. And it won't be because he stumbled trying to catch the ball. 1:46 to go. Please put me out of the misery. It's cold in the sound. Merry Christmas. What happened? Why are they showing the punter? Is it bad? So it was a bad punt? I don't understand. Why are they showing this punt? Because it was a perfectly spiral punt or something? Yeah, it was a pretty punt, but still. You don't know what they're talking about. 1st and 10. Sam Howell handed off. Thank you. It's actually a pretty decent run from Holani. Whoever that is. I think it's Holani. Yeah, George Holani. I got it. Reaching for anything at this point. They are. I mean, they're putting in some guy named George Holani. He's a rookie out of Boise State. He's the guy before Ashton Jonty. He's the guy before Ashton Jonty. He's like, you remember that guy before the almost Heisman winner? No, exactly. That's him. 1st down. Hey, they got a 1st down. Packers have destroyed this game, though. They've completely wrecked it. They dominated all cylinders of this football game. Not much time left to be played. As soon as the clock hits 0, I'm going to say the final score, and then it's a wrap here on the Exponential. Join us for Thursday Night Football. 35 seconds. And Holani's going nowhere. Got 25 seconds. Please let the clock wind down. Just let it go. Are they doing it? They're doing it. Mike McDonald took off his headset. All right. We count down from 10. All right. Here we go. Moment of truth. No, not Mississippi. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is RSquared here on the Exponential. The Green Bay Packers have won this one here in Seattle, Washington, 30-13 over the Seattle Seahawks. See you next time on Thursday Night Football for the Broncos and the Chargers. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.